Messiah. You understand? So that means he was baptized. That means he grew up a Hebrew, so he was circumcised. That means he had on fringes. You understand? Everything outwardly that everybody claimed that this is what guarantee you the kingdom. He has spiritual power. He was casting out devils. Judas Iscariot, the one that betrayed Messiah. He had every outer cup requirement you could think of. Even down to the Messiah, he washed his feet. Right before he betrayed him, he washed his feet. You understand? And he still went off. You see? That's why, man, we see in the movement today a lot of brothers is just focused on what they got on outwardly, man. You know what I'm saying? And which we into the culture, that's what it is. But there's gonna be plenty of garment wearing, circumcised wearing. You feel me? Water baptized that went through the whole rituals that ain't gonna make it. You feel me? Because everything that you doing outwardly supposed to be an outward sign of what's already sealed here. You understand? Like we drink a cup of wine for Passover, but that ain't gonna change your mind. We eat bread. This is my body. That ain't gonna change your mind. Feel me? The water, you can go out to the river, you dunk you in some water. That ain't gonna wash your insides. Everything you doing is an ideal. It's based off a belief that I'm a new person. My mind been transformed. I don't do what I used to do no more. We ain't bragging about what we used to do out here in the streets. You feel me? The old man is dead. We kill him every day. Get him gone. You feel me? So basically outward signs for inward validation. But you see certain men like Abraham, David, and brothers was rocking with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like rocking with him because their belief was there. That's what we talking about. Full-fledged belief, you know, today is faith. You know what I'm saying? And that's what unlocked the murder. That's who the Most High accepted. See, Abraham was told, leave your home. Yeah. Leave your home, leave your father's house, leave your country, and go do it in hostile territory. That's like telling you, man, go move over to Afghanistan right now. Leave everything you know. Yes, Lord, out of here. Didn't matter, I'm gone. You feel me? Abraham, cut yourself. Yes, Lord. Done. You feel me? Circumcise himself. Why? Most of our people brag on their circumcision, but your parents did that for you when you was 8 days old. Abraham cut himself at 100. Did himself. You see what I'm saying? Like everything Most High command, offer up your son, no problem. Let's get it done. What else you got for him? He believed so much, and then when he got there, it tell you in the book of Hebrews that he actually was looking for the city that the Most High himself built. Because the Most High promised him a kingdom. When you call me away from my home and I'm coming to live over here, I'm looking for your kingdom. This is how he lived in hostile territory on full faith. Most High told me, come out here, I'm out here. And I'm looking for his city. Where is that? But our people in churches, they say they got the faith of Abraham. Be careful with your mouth, because you mess around and get tested just like our patriarch.
Right.
All right. So we get 1 Samuel 16. Show you what the Most High required.
1 Samuel 16, verse 7.
Yeah, 7 and 8, I believe it is.
But the Lord said unto Samuel,
yeah,
look not on his countenance.
Look not what?
On his countenance.
So he telling Samuel, because Samuel comes to anoint the next king of Israel, right? So he telling Samuel, like, look, you looking for the wrong thing. Samuel, prophet of the Most High, I'm here to anoint Jesse. You got sons, right? You know all Jesse's sons, so he thought. You know what I'm saying? Surely this here right here, he tall, you know, buff, swole, gotta be the king. Most High like, look, ain't none of them. So he's like, look, are these all your sons? He's like, nah, I got one more. Matter of fact, he out there with the sheep. How ironic, he a shepherd. Messiah, shepherd of the flock. David was a shepherd boy. You feel me? Before he killed Goliath, he had killed a lion for messing with his daddy's sheep. You understand? He said, no, I got one young scrapper out there in the field. He said, yeah, get him on in here. You feel me? So he telling Samuel, like, look, you looking for that outer cup. You looking for the tallest brother with the longest beard and the armbands and Kwame, I said, Allah. Yeah, I heard you. God. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you until it get real. Brother's gonna be snatching them armbands. Oh, he what? No, I don't know who. Not what. Because it got real out here.
Pan-African.
Yeah, you're a Pan-African. You're a dish Hamite. This ain't what I signed up for. Now, yeah, I bet. All right, so come on, Hebrew. What did he say?
Oh man.
1 Samuel 16.
Or on the height of his stature.
Yeah.
Because I refused him. But Yahweh see not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance.
Yeah.
But the Yohei looketh on the heart.
Most High looketh on the heart or the mind. Feel me? Most High, like I'm trying to reign in your mind, like seeing like, and you done ran into little brothers in the streets, but they got big heart, man. Like he little as a mug, boy, but hey, he gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna act out.
That's yeah,
like, yeah. Shout out to the slim figure, man. I love that brother. We got a brother here in St. Louis, Obadiah, Ben Israel. The littlest brother you ever meet. But hey, if it's on and cracking, he's showing up. You understand? And he may get tossed across the room somewhere. Hey, but he coming to holler at you. Like he coming. You better believe it.
Slaughter with the script.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So he see the Most High. He looking on the inward. That's what we looking for. Like we busy looking for the brother with the longest beard, tallest, the buffest, and then Most High like, look, I done rejected all that. I'm looking on that inward to see if he really down or not. You understand? And it's so beautiful because even matter of fact, let's go to Romans 2, 28 to 29. Even the brother Shaul, Paul, when he was talking to the Israelites that was in Rome, he's like, look, you understand? Just because you just because you got all right. Just because you got Israel outwardly, and that's what a lot of our people, you be like, and he be to this day. Brother be like one brother was trying to talk bad about one of the elders, Daniel Solomon, because Daniel can't grow a beard. Like he been trying since 1983. He tell you the story. They told him if you shave it off, it'll grow back fuller. When I first met him, he ain't had not damn lick of hair on his face. He just not getting a little bit right here. But so you got brothers on video, instead of listening to the class, they be throwing shots like, how he the elder, he ain't got no hair on his face, and whoop people up. Yeah, I don't even know. Daniel Solomon can't grow a beard, man. Some brothers can't. Mine in patches. Like I ain't, you know, some brothers don't got the ability to grow a full beard. But how crazy you gauging if the Most High dealing with him on how long his beard is. You see what I'm saying? Like we still off. You still looking at the outward cup, the outer appearance instead of no, that's a man of the Most High right there. Trip off his mindset, trip off how he's speaking, how he's moving. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't even looking at that. We caught up in outer cup appearance. And this goes back to what you was talking about in Israel, you sniffing something. That's definitely what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody look at some of our classes and be like, hey brother, excellent video, but why the elder don't got a beard? I know it's one brother didn't wear his fringes today. You be like, bruh, like, is that like that's what you got out the video? You feel me? Like fringes stop them from saying crucify. You see what I'm saying? Now we ain't against our culture, it's what it is, but man, look, that ain't finna get you into the kingdom of the Most High. Is what we saying. That ain't gonna get you in. There's gonna be plenty of brothers that did all that outer cup and it's gonna miss the mark. You feel me? Because they believe faith wasn't there for real. It was all just traditions of men. That's what I see in Israel. It's like traditions of men. And even when certain brothers know that they off, they be like, well, if I bring that to the head leaders and all that, I'll be demoted. You feel me? You got a lot of powerful brothers within a lot of them ABC camps. A lot of powerful brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I don't rap too personally off camera, and they know what they saying is off. I'm straight to tell you, like, but bro, you know, I can't go, like, because you love to praise a man more than the praise of the Most High. That's like the Pharisees back in the day. There were many Pharisees that knew that Messiah was Messiah. They didn't want to profess him though, because they would be demoted socially. You get kicked out the Pharisaical brotherhood, so you don't want to really, you know what I'm saying, ruffle no feathers. You've been promoted. You a captain now. You're a captain over 30,000. Yeah. You ain't got 30,000. You ain't got 30,000 people in your organization. Talking about you a captain over 30,000. You understand? It's like, come on, man. Like, who do we fear? Like the same man that's giving you them ranks. He just was fighting out in the hallway before he came in here. Like, he got the same problems. You feel me? Like, you ain't the only brother in Israel that got a soul hip right now, brother. There's plenty of these. You understand? It's like the same things that plague us all plague even these men who done secluded themselves to where you can't even ask them that. Like, you actually think you can walk up on who they call General Yohanan and ask him a question? Like, man, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to y'all head about something. Like, it's a chain of command you got to go through. You can't talk to that. Hey, just like the pastors. You think you can talk to IU at the head of IUIC? Take that. You think you're going to be able to talk to him about, hey, man, why is that your picture? That black Jesus y'all got, why is that you, Negro? We know that's you. You feel me? Got your chest showing? Man, what are you doing, man? Like, you know, because, you know, come on, man. We got to get past all that, man. Like, you got to stop the man worship and get down with thus saith the Most High. You feel me? Because you not no Israelite because you went outwardly. You know what I mean? Most High accepting that inward. Come on with it. Like, Israel got to be spiritual Israel. Really get this, right? Go ahead. Romans 2, I believe it is.
28 and 29.
I believe so. Yes, sir.
For he is not a Jew, which is one outward.
Yeah.
Neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh.
Now this is controversial right here. They like Paul wasn't teaching circumcision. You see that? They like Paul wasn't teaching circumcision. Y'all bros there? We good? Romans 2, 28 and 29.
Verse 28 and 29.
Yeah.
Romans 2, verse 28 and 29.
Now, yeah, I done heard some of the, you know, a lot of them white apologetic heathens is trying to question a lot of the Hebrews on the corners. Now, I'll be like, man, I ain't like. So they try to pull this as if this is saying we not Israel no more. Like, I could be an Israelite. This is not talking about the white boy that, you know what I'm saying, realizes a few holes in the camp's doctrine. So he's an Israelite mysteriously now. No, it's not talking about you. Paul's argument is with his old brotherhood. He's like, look, we ain't Israel just because we outward with it. We got to be Israel rebirthed, reborn in spirit. He ain't talking about the white boy from Montana that decided to pick him up a Bible now and say, well, no, you guys aren't Israelites because you went outwardly. This ain't talking about DNA. It's talking about spirit. Like, the Most High is accepting the Israelites that rocking the true spirit of Messiah, man. That's all it's going into. All right? And then how we know is you go into chapter 3, it'll break it off even more. But go ahead, Hebrew. What does it say?
For he is not a Jew,
yeah,
which is one outward.
Right.
Neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh.
Nah, Paul wasn't, a lot of the non-messianics try to say Paul wasn't teaching circumcision. But he's just saying, like, look, just because you circumcise outwardly don't mean you circumcise inwardly. That's all he's saying. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
But he is a Jew, which is one inward.
Which is one who?
Inward.
So he's still talking to Israel. You an Israelite if you won inwardly. Right? Reborn, rebirthed after the image of the Son of the Most High. Okay, come on.
And circumcision is that of the heart.
Yeah.
In the spirit.
No, it's the heart, the mind, in the spirit. All right, that's what true circumcision is. Come on.
And not in the letter.
And not in what?
And not in the letter.
And not in the letter, because you got your flesh circumcised. All of a sudden, you feel you an Israelite. You feel me? You got somebody outside. Howard Shots. He's son of light. My brothers. How about that? Bro. Let's see what we need to do. Let's see your face, bro. Y'all, what's up with the side?
And his wife.
Okay, tell them come on in, man. Tell them twist that bottom lock. Because these your brothers from out of town, brother. Yeah. All good.
How do it now, man?
Brother coming speaking that old English. How art thou, brethren? All good, man. All good. Okay, hit that 29 again for me, y'all.
We're at
Romans
2, verse 29.
Yes, sir.
But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly.
Right.
And circumcision is that of the heart.
That of the mind of the heart. Come on.
In the spirit. And not in the letter.
And not in the letter. Come on.
whose praise is not of men,
Yeah.
but of Yahweh.
Because only the Most High know your heart or your mind, right? Man could look on, or flesh can look and say, yeah, he's physically circumcised. Only the Most High know if you really got the true faith in your mind, which is spiritual circumcision, right? So you got the non-messianic say, oh, I don't deal with Paul. He just was teaching against circumcision. You feel? Come on in, Hebrew. Akuzai, got the rib with you. Shalom, Hebrew. Shalom. Yeah. In the building, baby. How you doing? Shabbat shalom, my brother. All good? Hey, twist the bottom lock for me, Aki. These your brothers Tony and your brother Victor from out of town, Hebrew. It's your brothers from out of town. Akuzai. All good, all good, all good, all good. All right, so I need Deuteronomy 10 next. Deuteronomy 10, 15 through 17. Yeah, they like Paul was teaching against the circumcision. And actually he wasn't. He just was going into spiritual circumcision. As it is witnessed by the Torah, you did. So we're gonna go to the Torah next, Deuteronomy 10. Deuteronomy 10, I believe it is, 15 through 17. We're kind of freestyling. You did. We just showing now that the Most High accepts. He's looking for the inward man. You know what I'm saying? Outwardly, you could be buff and got your garments on and circumcised and got baptized in some water and still miss the mark. Yeah, the outer cup doctrine. You feel me? So that's kind of what we landed, but we're gonna go wherever. We taking questions, we doing it all. You feel me? It's the Sabbath. Yo, real. I got a script right here though. If y'all just want to flip through it. All right, so we kind of going over the outer cup doctrine. Brother say he started off with saying that what he see in Israel is a lot of rebellion and stiff-neckedness. So we hit the Samuel that goes into if you rebellious, you were practicing witch. If you stubborn, you might as well be an idolater. Then we went to first Samuel. 1 Samuel 16, 7 through 8. And we went to 1 Samuel 16, 7 through 8 and show the Most High is looking for the heart. How was shot? Oh shit, can you I think the brother got an issue or something? Yeah, so then that's basically what we hit. We just going over the inner cup versus the outer cup, you understand? And then we hit the Romans 2, 28 to 29, show circumcision is that of the heart. All right, so now you're dealing with non-messianics and say they don't deal with Paul because he just said circumcision ain't in the letter, right? Well, let's go see based off Torah if Paul was off for saying that. What is true circumcision? You understand? Is it just because you didn't got yourself together? And if that's the case, you're saying a woman could never be circumcised. A woman can never be circumcised if it's all about circumcising flesh. Woman can never be circumcised again. A woman never could be, you feel me? Because and that's the thing, we always just focus on outer cup instead of what it is. So we in Deuteronomy 10 now. I believe it's 15 through 17, I believe it is. If that's the case, you men bragging on your circumcision, a woman never could be circumcised. You understand? If circumcision is just physical. I believe it's 15 through 17, if I ain't mistaken. Deuteronomy 10. Yeah, 15. Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy 10, verse 15.
Yes, sir.
Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them. He chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day.
That's beautiful. That still is the truth. You've been chosen above all people as it is this day, no matter who get mad about it, no matter how many white boys run up on these camps and try to manipulate scriptures, that still applies to this day. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
Wow, your private member.
Of your heart.
Your heart. See that?
And be no more stiff-necked.
So now we talking about a transformation of mind. Stiff-necked is somebody that's hard-headed, rebellious. So he's saying if you circumcise the foreskin of your heart and be no more rebellious, You see? That's Torah. So was Paul going off by saying circumcision is in the heart, not in the letter? Was he going off for saying that?
Right there.
Not based off what we just read.
Right there.
Now, ain't that Master Moshe? Moses? That's what the non-Messianics call Moses. Master Moses. When Moses wrote Deuteronomy, he told Israel to circumcise the foreskin of their hearts and don't be no more rebellious or stiff-necked.
Right.
Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 17.
Yes, sir.
For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords.
Yeah.
A great God, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
Yeah, so you can't pay or bribe him off. You understand? No matter if you're rich or poor, bond or free, male or female, Jew or Gentile, however you want to play it. You feel me? You can't bribe off the Most High. It's either his way or no way. What verse?
Verse 18.
Yeah, read that. We're going to jump. Go ahead. Read down to 19.
Verse 18. Deuteronomy 10 and 18. Yeah. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow. And loveth the stranger.
And loveth who?
And loveth the stranger.
You see how merciful our power is? Like he executeth the judgment of the fatherless and widows. Those ain't got no fathers. Those ain't got no husbands no more. See, he look out for and strangers. Y'all to say can't nobody else serve our God. Like if they want to let go of they customs and they want to let go of their ways of life and they heathen democracy and they Donald Trump isms and say, you know what, hey, y'all God is God, y'all his people. You know what I'm saying? Where do I fit in at? You feel me? He'll be looked out as well. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 18 again.
Yeah.
He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow.
Wow.
And loveth the stranger in giving him food and raiment.
Come on.
Love ye therefore the stranger.
Nah, that's a commandment. Is that advice? Like if the strangers is serving your power, he's supposed to be loved, not hated. You feel me? You want to get on some black KKK isms and drink some Jim Beam and go rape and hang white women. That's an evil spirit. Back to what bro was saying earlier. What he's seeing in Israel is
repaying evil for evil.
Yeah, that's a dark spirit. We're supposed to be a light into the world. You understand? Yes, they're going to be in subjection, but it's going to be righteous rulership, man. You're not going to be getting drunk and say, I'm going to go rape me some white women. And what, in the kingdom of God? That's what y'all going to be doing. But back to more camp doctrine. Feel? Go ahead, Hebrew.
Verse 19 again.
Yeah.
Love ye therefore the stranger.
Yeah.
For you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
So that's how you can't say, well, all the strangers are Israelites. Well, Israelites wasn't Egyptians.
I just had this conversation with Brother earlier talking about the strangers is never anyone outside of our race. You know what I mean? And it's countless conversations with each other. He told us, don't abhor an Edomite because that's your brother. Don't abhor the Egyptians, strangers in their land. You know, that's not talking about Israelites.
Yeah.
Neither one of those.
Yeah, you know what it comes down to? That's a misinterpretation. That was a mistranslation. Oh, so now the scripture is mistranslated because your thought process is off.
Yeah, it's never I misunderstood. There's always something wrong with the scripture. Yeah, men don't like to admit when they're wrong.
Yeah, and even when you look up that word abhor going to action, like the actions and how they used to deal with us, we ain't supposed to get down like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you can't speak up about injustices though. Or let them heathens know y'all going down for what y'all done did. There's a reckoning coming for what y'all done did to God's people. That's not abhorring him. That's warning him of the judgment that's coming. Right. Like all the prophets did. Jeremiah woe Israel, and then woe the rest of the heathens. Like y'all got judgment coming. Moab, Edom, Ammon, everybody. Everybody's getting it. You feel me? So just warning them and letting them know of the impending judgment that's coming is not abhorring them. Abhor is action. It's a verb when you look it up. So how they used to do us, you feel me? Nah, we can't do that. You understand? And that's just what it is. But if they in line, especially if they in line, that was about someone being in line. Like wanting to do what your God say and wanting to move as you move. How you gonna hate somebody like that when most of our family ain't right? Do that make sense? How you gonna hate somebody like John Brown of Kansas? That went around from plantation to plantation, doming his own people. You feel me? He had Bible in one hand and a revolver in the next hand. John Brown. It's a documentary on YouTube called Holy War. John Brown. He said, man, look, slavery is so evil. It got to be of the devil. It's a white man. You feel me? Doing slavery. Saying like this has to be of the devil. These are God's children. You understand? So when they finally caught up with him, they finally caught up with John Brown. They finally caught up with him, that heathen Robert Lee, on the statues they pulling down of Robert Lee down there in the Carolinas and all that. The General Robert Lee is the one who caught John Brown. Right? They made him ride his casket. They made him ride his casket to his hanging. Right? So right when they threw the rope, the noose around his neck, they asked him, like, why did you do it? He said, because those are God's people. And he said, when I meet my maker, I'm going to tell them I'll do it again for the least of them. They hung that white boy right after that. Now, how could you hate somebody like that? When he got his own people for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's balance that got to be understood. And that's a brother. Yeah, I ain't got that. He can sit at my table any day before, what's that heathen? That Negro sheriff out of Milwaukee, David Clark.
Oh, man, that dude there.
Hey, John Brown sit at my table any day before David Clark. You feel me? Or any what's that one? Clarence Thomas. You feel me? Charles Barkley, Ben Carson, Ray Lewis. He coning more and more these days too.
And most of the leading bishops and leaders,
yeah,
the rest of them.
Yeah, like he riding for the cause. So it's understood. Let's do Jeremiah next too. Jeremiah 9, y'all. Jeremiah 9. We will be 20. But let me get one of the more others, sister, if I can. Okay. Told our Rabbi. May the Most High bless your hands.
Jeremiah 9.
Yeah. Jeremiah 9. 25 and 26. I like that with me. We roll. And all praise to the Most High, Shabbat Shalom, Worldwide Assembly, Worldwide Family.
Oh,
you dig? All praise to the Most High. Got our brothers in from out of town. Octone, Victor. Drove all the way down here about 12 hours to chop it up with the brothers. It's gonna be a heaven of a weekend, brothers. Not a hell of a weekend, heaven of a weekend. We're gonna get class tomorrow, fellowshipping afterwards, just all praises. I'm pretty sure y'all know my brother right here. This is my brother Howard Shah in Israel. Son of light in the building, sons of light.
All praises to the Most High.
That's right. That's right. Four tribes, static attic. Y'all ain't even know we got the same count. But if y'all didn't know, we got the same count. You understand? Go back years. You feel me? At least a decade. You dig? So hey, family around this deal. All right, Jeremiah 9, 25.
Jeremiah 9, 25. I'm gonna skip back up to 23.
Okay, let's do that.
Get a little extra meat.
Let's read
extra meat on this Sabbath. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23.
Yes, sir.
Thus saith the Lord.
Yeah.
Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom.
Yeah.
Neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Yeah.
Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Yeah.
But let him that glorieth glory in this.
Yeah.
That he understandeth and knoweth me.
You see that? Don't be glorying in your riches or your wisdom or none of that. Glory in that you know the Most High. So everybody up here, that you got a special spot with the Most High. Believe that. All right. If you know the Most High, then you got a special spot with it. All right. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 24 again. Yeah. But let him that glorieth glory in this. Yeah. That he understandeth and knoweth me.
Yeah.
That I am the Lord which exercises love and kindness, judgment and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight.
That's right.
Said Yahweh.
That's right.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
Now what's up with that? I thought just because you circumcised, you was all good. Most I say the days coming, everybody getting hit, circumcised and uncircumcised. So that means there still must be some type of rebellion that's heard. Just because you're a private member, you know what I'm saying, portions of it been removed, it hasn't changed your mind though. Your mind hasn't been transformed. You still rebelling. So the days come, most I say, look, everybody get hit, circumcised and the uncircumcised.
Since you think, since you believe, since you're circumcised, you hit the mark already.
That's right.
This scripture right here is specifically talking to those of faith and those that understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No dodging this, man.
See? Now that's wild right there, because you got the non-messianics that deny Messiah. Tell you just because you got that, you good. And what we see here, is this Old Testament, brother?
I believe so.
Is this Torah? Oh, okay. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
Again, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
Yeah.
Egypt and Judah.
Yeah.
And Edom.
So you got Egypt, right, which are Gentiles. You got Judah, which are chosen. You got Edom, which are Gentiles. So you got Gentiles and chosen people getting punished for their rebellion against the Heavenly Father. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And the children of Ammon.
Yeah.
And Moab. And all that are in the utmost corners.
Yeah.
That dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised.
For all these nations are uncircumcised. Right? Go ahead.
And all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart.
You see that? Israel is uncircumcised in the mind. So when we went to Paul in Romans 2:28 and 29, it said, you ain't a Jew because you want outwardly. Neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh. But circumcision is that of the heart and the spirit, and not in the letter. So when you got non-messianic, I don't deal with Paul. He was teaching against that. Paul wasn't saying nothing that Moses didn't just say and that Jeremiah didn't just say. Y'all uncircumcised in heart. You feel me?
Matter of fact, he was quoting that Old Testament for those brothers who thought that they was going to correct him on anything.
Yeah. And y'all uncircumcised in the heart. So Paul he didn't make it about the on the fly. Like when you read that Romans, that's Torah. He's saying, like, look, you uncircumcised in the heart. All the house of Israel is uncircumcised in the heart, meaning they mind, meaning in their mentals, they're hell bent at going against their God. Wow. Wow.
This flesh still come before the Most High.
Yeah. Ain't that something? Right? So we got to fight against that. Who got your power from? The power. Hey, can you grab the brother Parker right over there? Oh, you got me from?
Slap me that bag too,
that bag right there.
Wherever you can.
I need first Maccabees real quick. To show you even during the time of the Greeks. Same situation. When the Greeks was ruling us under Alexander the Greek and all them. And why you think you got Greek fraternities and sororities to this very day? Where you think that all came from? You think our people just got out of slavery and said, look, I want to be a Greek now. Chapter 1, verse 11 through 15. Verse 11 through 15. First Maccabees chapter 1, 11 through 15. Based off the carnal understanding of circumcision, a woman could never be circumcised. Showing you true circumcision, true belief has to do with the circumcision of the heart, which is the mind, which means you've been reborn, which means the commandments, laws, statutes, and judgments of the Most High on your heart and in your mind. All right? We had plenty of brothers wearing fringes, and we asked them, look, name them 10 commandments for us. Name them 10 commandments.
Man, look
couldn't even name them. They couldn't even name them. Or if you let alone ask them what are the 9 fruits of the Spirit. Oh man, it's about to be some fumbling and you don't know the 10 commandments or the 9 fruits of the Spirit. First Maccabees 1 is where we going, y'all. 11 through 15. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11 through 15. And for the worldwide assembly, we're dealing with outer cup, what true circumcision is. We're dealing with our brothers. Salute our brothers just came in. Our Tone, our Victor from the DC area. Or the DMV. Don't they call it the DMV down there? I thought they were talking about going to get a license at first. I'm from the DMV. I'm like, that's what they call where we gonna get our license from down there. Yeah, our brothers from the DMV drove 12 hours. They here fellowship and chopping it up with us. Most High bless you, brothers. A blessing for y'all to be chopping it up with us, bro. Our praises. Hopefully, as many more times we can, cross spirits and we can get her done. All right. Just to begin, that's right, Hebrew. First Maccabees 1. So right now we're dealing with the circumcision, just in case any of you New Testament haters believe that Paul was going off for letting it be known that circumcision is in the spirit, true circumcision is in the heart. in the spirit, not in the letter. Just because your father has you circumcised at 8 days old, you didn't do that. How you bragging about a commandment you didn't keep? You ain't circumcised yourself like Abraham.
It's crazy to believe how they talk so bad about Paul. It's like, what was he teaching from? Was he teaching from the New Testament?
He couldn't have been. He had to be. He couldn't have been teaching.
What could they have been reading but the Old Testament?
Oh, and when we bring up early, you know, then we bring it up early. So you know we going there, don't you? Yeah. Well, that's one spirit, bro, because we brought that up earlier, right before we started. Right. You understand? What could that? Y'all heard my brother say? What could Paul have been teaching from since you brothers deny what he's saying? I mean, this is not even. This is starting to be comical, right? He couldn't have been teaching from the recesses of his own mind, and he definitely couldn't have been teaching out what you know as the New Testament, because he was writing letters of Corinthians, and Ephesians, and Galatians. But where was he getting his inspiration from? How could he say circumcision is in the heart and in the spirit and not in the letter? And then we go to the Old Testament and find what he's saying.
At this point, it just shouldn't even be an argument who Paul was and what he was talking about. It's time to move on to bigger, more important things.
Oh, we got to pull them scripts too.
Not only that, but like, when they get done talking, Paul is just apostle. Christ. He's not Christ, though.
That's right.
That's who you listen to, Christ or Paul.
Yeah, then we bring it up. Same thing, we bring it up. Yeah, who woke who up? You understand? Yeah, on the road to Damascus. It ain't making sense, man. And then there's another fault. It's these guys out there call themselves the I nicknamed them the Torah Puffs, but they call themselves the Torah Knights. But I nicknamed them Torah Puffs. Yeah, they comical. Is look, they didn't cop this thing in their mind. It had to come out the figment of their imagination. They had the nerve to say Paul was not an Israelite. I'm like, boy, like, are y'all intentionally like ducking these scriptures, or y'all just like making this thing up on the fly? Like, I ain't even getting that. What you mean he wasn't no Israelite? Try to say he was a Roman. I'm like, well, look, he had Roman citizenship. But by blood, he was a Hebrew Israelite. He tell you that through all.
Said that his own mouth.
So how are you saying he's a Roman? Paul was a white boy. He was an Edom. Somebody said he was an Edomite. I said, what? Like, how are you saying this? But out of his own mouth, he telling you he is Israelite. We're gonna get there too. But let's get this first Maccabees 1.
First Maccabees 1 and 11.
Yes, sir.
The Most High's permission.
Hallelujah.
In those days, when they're out of Israel, wicked men.
Nah, righteous men.
In those days, out of Israel went wicked men who persuaded many.
Also, they were very influential. It's always easy to be wicked and go with the crowd. It's honorable to stand up and say, "No, I ain't doing that no more."
And then at this time in the world, it was common knowledge that the Israelites were the men of God. They were in place to place. This was a worldwide known thing. It was documented in all the major libraries and institutions of learned behavior, or whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
You know, it was common knowledge that we were the Hebrews. It wasn't just they knew that if you wanted to have things set up a proper way in order where God would not frown upon it, that you would have to go. You would have to have Jews come translate. You would have to have Jews to come and teach. You know what I mean? You would have to have Jews to come sit down.
Brother, your way up in Israel. Brother, your way up in Israel in the building. You got your accent from out of town, man. Your tone, your Victor. Brother, your way up. Yeah. Yes, sir. All good. You all good, front row soldier? He be cracking me. Yeah, all good. Hey, you can grab one of these seats right here. It's right there. Don't have to wait for the headphones. You all good. You don't have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got a church chair right here. You can, you know what I'm saying, swing it around, or how you gonna do it, bro? It's all good. We just going over circumcision of the heart. You know what I'm saying? What true circumcision is. You understand? A lot of non-messianics trying to hate on Paul because he was teaching spiritual circumcision, but we just went to the Old Testament and proved that the spiritual circumcision is in the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? But it's called the Torah. So man down already. So right now we in the pocket for First Maccabees 1:11-15. And then we're gonna take more. We're gonna take questions and all that. All right, let's get her done. First Maccabees
1:11, verse 1. Book of Maccabees 1, first chapter, 11 verse.
Yeah.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us."
Now, so this is bad because Israel is already in covenant with the Most High. How you gonna make a covenant with the other nations? How do you say, all right, well, I'm gonna be like them? I'm gonna serve they God. You feel me? I'm gonna do what they do. Huh? They said, let us make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us. Strike one. Envy not your oppressor and choose none of his ways.
None of his
right?
ways.
As a matter of fact, if you can grab that for me just real quick, Proverbs 3:31. Proverbs 3, just real quick. They show you this is in no way, shape, form, or fashion. So when our people scream no justice, no peace, but still go out there and celebrate Halloween and Thanksgiving, you feel me? And Christmas and the false New Year's, and you still choosing ways and customs of, you still making the covenant with the heathen. That's what you're doing. It's easy to go along to get along, but it's honorable and righteous to be stand up. Not no lay down type of stand up. Like, look, the bus stops now, not tomorrow. Now, I'm not doing that no more. It's no longer part of my reality. You understand? I'm gonna spend the rest of my life dedicated to bringing forth this truth.
That's right.
Most I honor that, man. You understand? Like, that's honorable, right? It's easy. So, well, you know, it's just Big Mama done been doing that for, yeah, that's easy. You feel me? Everybody loves you when you was a crip that slung crack, as long as you showed up and with Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all, baby, everybody, God bless you, baby. You was all good, even though he's a terrorist in the streets. It's all good. But when you say, nah, I'm changing my ways, I ain't no terrorist in the streets no more. I'm about to go ahead and be down with the Most High. I ain't eating that pork no more. I ain't celebrating them holidays. I ain't treating my women like that no more. I ain't do none of that. Everything I do gonna be aimed at being righteous. Look at my Hebrew. Except you lie. All the Hebrews falling in today, Hebrew. Shabbat shalom, Israel. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. What it do, Hebrew? In the building. Israelites in the building. How you doing, my brother? Good to see your face, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got our brothers from out of town. Got our brothers from out of town over there, Hebrew.
I was just thinking about that.
Oh, good. Y'all good. Since you got your shirt, you still have your shirt. Oh, okay. Okay. All good. All good. All right, so look. Let's go ahead and hit that. Let's get it done. You got all waters and all that over there, Hebrew. You know? You want to waters. Yes, man.
I'm gonna hit this verse 11 one more again. In this Maccabees.
Told our Rabbi. Rabbi.
We're in this first Maccabees 11, bro. You got your popcorn.
She's got me in there. Twist the bottom locks, sister. Twist the bottom. Mayam.
Told our Rabbi.
Blow the board, brother. I know it's water. All right, we good? Let's get her done, man. Let's get her done. Where we at?
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11.
Yeah, read that again and bro gonna write Proverbs 3.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us."
Like we doing to this very day.
To this very day.
We doing that. We celebrating their days. We celebrating their gods. You understand?
Fraternities.
Notice this said Israel was wicked for doing that. You understand? Come on, Hebrew.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, because you know it's you know
you get at you a living, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
You change a Negro's state of living. the temperature in the house, the portion of food on his plate. You know what I mean? The feeling of the seats he riding on in his car. You change that up on a consistent basis, and then you get to see who you really dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
And look what they said when they was in Egypt, when they crossed the river, the Red Sea.
Yeah.
For 40 years, stiff neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's go back to Egypt.
That's Israel to the 40.
Yeah, in captivity, 400 years, they in the wilderness.
40 seconds.
4 weeks.
Got a problem.
And they knees knocking
You
again.
feel me? What a chicken and watermelon at?
After the miracle. After they quit doing it.
Yeah, them your people.
That's
our people. Yeah.
What you got in that refrigerator?
Yeah. Watermelon, chicken, Kool-Aid. You know how we do? What a Hennessy at, man. Come on, Hebrew. You okay, sister? We good? You sure you need some help? All right. I hold that. You got the Proverbs for me out? Proverbs 3. What it say?
We got Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Yeah.
And choose none of his ways.
Some of his ways.
None of his ways.
Yeah, that's a commandment. That ain't advice. Don't be jealous of your oppressor. Don't choose none of his ways. Right? Come on.
Say, for the forward is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah.
But his security is with the righteous.
His what?
But his secret is with the righteous.
Secret is with the righteous. Right? So you forward and hard if you choosing the ways of the oppressor. You understand? Forward and hard. That's an abomination to the Most High. So we see in Maccabees, that's what they was doing. They said, let us make a covenant with the heathen. Let us do what they doing. We departed from them. It's been kind of hard for us. And you know, you see that when you come into this walk, people start talking bad about you. You ain't as famous no more. You know, all your loved ones whispering about you. You got to have thick skin or what the Bible calls a sound mind. Because if not, you get shaky in knees and start falling off. And you start, and ask yourself, this is Messiah did what he did because everybody was joning on him. If he said, well, no, I can't do the work no more. Everybody joning on me. The work wouldn't have got done. Wouldn't have got done.
He was wearing shoe corners instead of foot lockers.
Yeah. Work wouldn't have got done. You see? So you have to develop, in this walk, you got to develop a sense of, what we call it thick skin, but Bible calls it sound mind. But, you know, you say in the streets, I don't give a. Like, you got to have that in this walk. Like, I don't even get no whatever. Whoever talking, tell them I love them. You understand? And keep doing this work right here. Because if you get to tripping over what others say, you're going to fall off. You're going to circle that drain. Your candle going to get put out. We say, man, he ran out of gas. I don't know, you know. He was pedal to the metal when he first came. He came out busting. And I looked up, ran out of bullets.
He was over there with so-and-so and them.
Scream, singing, follow, la, la, la. Dead to the halls. Oh, no. He broke. Like, look, if you ever see one of your brothers doing that, he done reverted back to singing to the Christmas tree. It's over. All right, we back to First Maccabees now. First Maccabees 1.
First Maccabees 1.
Yeah, we going into the spiritual circumcision.
I'm gonna rip this letter one more time. So
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro. Come on.
one more time. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Hold on. You said what? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Yeah.
But since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Wow.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so froward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the
You see
heathen.
how your people was? Now these are Greeks that's ruling us. You ever wonder where you get all that from? All that Q dog and you know all the Kappas and the Sappas and the Deltas, you know, all that. You know where you get all that from? And you ain't no Greek. You feel me? This goes back to over 2,000 years. And they were so forward, the king said, yeah, you got permission. Go ahead. Worship Jupiter. Strip butt naked and partake in the Olympics. Because they naked today, ain't they? They only got a leotard on, some panties. That's all they got on. Not there running a 100-yard dash, doing wrestling. Grown men wrestling. Doing that's naked.
Oh,
Yeah. in the dun. Over here wrestling.
We do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Come on, man. Y'all know that's way off. And today they call it Roman Greco wrestling. That's what they call it. But they're naked when you done talking. That's a leotard that they got on. That's that you was physique and all that. That's nakedness. Feel me? So back in ancient Jerusalem, they made them participate actually butt naked.
And look on a serious, even on a deeper tip, like they doing all of this just to get the what's the word I'm looking for, the control of the people. So essentially they trying to control the spirit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And look at the spirit that they controlling it with. Some men wrestling naked, like you know it's wicked. You know
running naked, wrestling naked.
Football, everybody smacking each other on the butt.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
And then trip out. Yeah.
Man, that's
trip out.
Shit.
Yeah, let's say
Leadership.
Yeah, that's madness. And listen to what they're doing. The quarterback is under center. Y'all see what's going on, right? Y'all see, you know what's going on. Like, look, we choose to turn a blind eye to what we see. But man, you know what's going on. What the one position, call him a tight end. Come on, man. Yeah, he's a tight end. The other one's a wide receiver. Yeah, you know what's going on. It's Greek homosexual lifestyle when you done talking. When you make a good play, you're the most manliest man come with that palm. Good play.
And it's not random how these things come about. They're taking their religious beliefs and they overlapping them with just everyday practices, so nobody's paying attention to what's really going on. You know what I mean? It's meticulous. Somebody is going out of their way to make this look like nothing.
Yeah. Or if you ever look at the combines, when they work out trial for the team, why they gotta be in tights? Why the brothers can't be in jogging pants, man? Like, why they in tights? And they measuring shoulders and how fast you can run and jump. Yeah.
I like to say, like, you can trace it all the way back to Noah's time. You feel me? And you can see as the time got up, it's like he got more evil towards the point where I gotta get rid of it. But you will look in depths of how it got to be that evil. So if you trace it back to this time, so it should say it should be like the days of Noah. So you can look at the times, and then you got Obadiah. I don't see no other nations got a whole prophet talk the whole chapter about you.
Zebediah, open the door.
This prophet talk the whole chapter about you. You feel me? So this is the seed and evil that we dealing with.
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah.
And
Zebediah Boaz. What's up with you, Hebrew? What's good? Good. What's up with you, bro? How you be? Y'all good? What's up? What's up, Zebediah? What's the deal, brother? Shalom, brother. Y'all good? All good. All good.
So when we look in now times or whatever, when you look at this deceiving individual, when it says more script where it says the world is given into the hands of the wicked, that's Satan. So it's more as time go on, you feel me? The Lord can't let this ride like that. You know what I'm saying? Then that's you got prophets screaming in the heavens, how long? You feel me? How long we gonna have to deal with this? So you have the most eyes on this time, but a lot of things is being pressed. It's like a world, like my brothers like to say, like spiraling out of control. You know what I'm saying? To where it has to be dealt with.
I read the Apostle to the picture from it was saying you got to compare to the earth being ready to give birth.
Like a woman to give a childbirth.
That's how it is with wickedness. Like a righteous crime. Like, all right, Lord, when our time comes.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to get it together.
Yeah, then if you reading that second The second Ezra, he speaks to him because second Ezra asks him a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah, I read it.
Yeah, the Ezra asked exactly. But in another chapter, he said it's like a ring. You feel me? It's like it's never ending. You feel me? You can't. How can you measure a ring? The time of a ring. It's the same way as the world coming out is going in. You feel me? So it's just like that.
All right, y'all be safe. Handle your business. About Shalom. Twist that lock for us, Aki. You all good. All right, let's finish off this Maccabee. You still saying something, brother?
I'm good to go.
We good to go? Let's finish this Maccabees off. This is the origin of the Greek, Roman, Greco, Olympics, and the whole sodomite lifestyle behind all that madness.
Purple shirts and gold boots stomping. Oh, that's
yeah, they had a video on Facebook of some who was that? The Q dog. Who was the purple fraternity? The Q dog.
Yeah, that's them. Shaq.
A whole room full of grown men with their rear ends out. And the women was the women was the ones like, oh my God, what is they? The women couldn't even believe this madness. You feel me? I'm like, oh my, this is what a man is today. Everybody in there got their rear end out. Not your drawers showing. Buttocks out. And they all in line behind each other. Yeah.
Jumping up and down.
Uncircumcised, man. We talking about being uncircumcised in heart. You feel me? No scripture said that was evil for Israel to do that. All right, come on, Hebrew. What else to say?
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Then certain of the people were so proud herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Wow.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
Yeah, that was a place of exercise.
And made themselves uncircumcised.
Now, how you make yourself uncircumcised?
Right, what they sow.
You can't sew some skin back on your private member. You understand? But you make yourself uncircumcised.
We do drink strong.
Yeah. Hey, most I be with you, bro. Hey. Hey, well, you know. Yeah, you know.
Hey, he told me we gonna have a drink this or something. I said, where's our enemies gonna have it?
But notice they made themselves uncircumcised by acting like heathens. You see, so every time you act like a heathen, you are heard talking about some trick or treat or happy Thanksgiving or singing to the Christmas tree, follow la that madness. You feel me? Any of it, or if you out in the streets murdering your people, selling poison, any of that. Understand that you are moving as someone that's uncircumcised, someone that's not down with the God of Israel. Anytime you making moves that you know is wrong. You understand? That's what's happening. That's what Israel, remember we read in Jeremiah, all of Israel is uncircumcised in heart. So that lets you know how they was acting. Physically, the men are circumcised, but how was all of Israel acting? Like heathens. You see? And that's crazy, because even in our wickedness, we influence everybody.
We knew well who we were at this point in time, and what was still going on. So, the level of wickedness now, we don't even know who we are. So just,
we influence, like my brother said, we influence everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta understand we ain't no better than everybody, you know what I'm saying? From all until we go back to what Abraham did. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the Most High saying, man, I'm not finna let my name be shitted on by y'all people.
That's right.
And I gave a promise to y'all father, like I'm gonna take care of y'all regardless of how y'all act. I got y'all. So understand, if you track our history and the acts that we have done, because we are the best at doing good and we're the best at doing evil. So if you track our history, we constantly been we worse than the heathens actually. We've been spending he's been saving us time after again. We spin this face again as a people, spin this face again as a people. And he's still, I'm gonna get y'all together because what? I'm gonna let y'all rule the world with me forever.
Right.
Come on now, I'm gonna let y'all rule the world with me forever after you done spin my face and spin my face and spin my face. Boy, his word something there. His word deep, boy.
Ooh.
He won't go against his word.
Oh, so what did he say? He said, started my sanctuary. Matter of fact, we need that. Can you read it? Let's go to Ezekiel 9 next. I'm glad that, just let the spirit move. And brothers, any questions too? No, bros got questions or whatever, man. Hey, it's It's open chop session.
Well, another thing, dealing with the construction of the Coliseum.
Yeah.
You see it in the stadiums that they're making now.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we're going to Ezekiel the 9th chapter. That's right, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to Ezekiel chapter 9, start at verse 1. Read 1, like 1 through 6 or something like that. I'm sure how the Most High, when he started bringing judgment, he say start with my people first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we is chosen, but man, make sure you acting like a prince of the Most High out here. Don't be caught out of bounds. You feel me? Like I came here the other day, bro. I just got killed down like 2 blocks down. I just so happened to come the other way. Like I came down Jenner Station Road. Now you always come down Goodfella and make that right on Natural Bridge and come on up here. But I just so happened that day, me and the young gunner, we never drive down Jenner Station Road right here through Pine Line. Just that day drove right through Pine Line right there, right down Jenner Station Road, made a right here. Got up here. They like, y'all know they got somebody just hopped out the whip right there on Goodfella and Natural Bridge, about to kill a mobile right there, and left somebody there. Left him. I'm like, dang, when this happened? They were like, just now. I ain't even come that way. I usually come that way. That's the way I travel. You feel me? So don't be caught left field out here just playing around. You feel me? You know what you're supposed to be doing. It's gonna be a worse judgment for us. We know that.
Hey, look,
we know that.
To put it more in perspective for yourself, somebody getting caught left field out of bounds every day.
Yeah.
Just don't let it be you.
Yeah.
It's inevitable just to where we at this point. So people, it's gonna be falling left and right. Don't be one of them.
Yeah, keep yourself in the fear of the Most High, like the script say. Feel me? And you start seeing all this stuff going down, but like going down where? Here in St. Louis. That's because we surround each other ourselves with those of like mind. You know, I don't hang out with the drug dealers no more. I'm not a drug dealer. I don't got the plug on nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing no more. I'm out the loop.
No more.
No more. That's the language. No more. I'm out the loop. I don't know nothing about nothing. You understand? But look, I don't hang like hang with those that want to get down with the Most High. Spread this word. Now that don't mean I ain't in the street spreading the gospel. Yeah, the young gunner, young scrapper run up. Hey, I can't hear you. Come on over here. What you say? Your name who? You claiming what? Huh? Like, oh boy, you know what I'm saying? What you know about God, little nigga? Oh my God, what did he say? That's how you gotta get these little cats. What you know about God? Damn. My wife heard nothing like this. Yeah, I bet. And we just fishing, get them together real quick. Come on in here, man. Get yourself together. You understand? That's how we gotta be. Because the time is short. I know where we at. Ezekiel 9, you got that?
Yeah, we at Ezekiel 9, chapter 9, verse 1.
Yeah.
He cried also in mine ear with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
The Most High got those that's in charge of judgment. You understand? Like, and you looking at the physical, but there are spiritual entities in charge. And when plagues get poured out and judgment go down, there are angels in charge of this. And notice he said every man with a destroying weapon in his hand. Sword. Right. Charge them. They got charge. Tell them they got charge of the city. Come to the city with a sword in their hand. All right. Come on, Hebrew.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies towards the north. And every man a slaughtering weapon in his hand.
They ain't got flutes. They ain't here with message of prosperity and exuberance. They here to bring judgment to the Most High, before the Most High. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And one man among them was clothed with linen, with written ink horn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the God of Israel.
The God of who?
The God of Israel.
Come on.
Was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house, And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the written inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Go through where?
Go through the midst of the city.
That's right.
Through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh that cry for all the abominations that been done in the midst thereof.
He's like, look, mark everybody that's down with me. The men that's crying and sighing for all the wickedness is being done amongst our people. Now these men here to destroy it, but before they destroy it, mark those that are down with me. Meaning don't touch them, they good. Come on, Hebrew.
And to the others, he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite,
and what smite?
And smite, like none your eyes spare.
Let none of your eyes what?
Spare.
Don't spare nothing. Mark them as down with me, they good. And look, then he say, look, follow him right there. Don't let your eyes spare nothing that ain't marked. Wow, come on. So when you out here moving around out of bounds and not in the commands of the Most High, you're not covered by him. You're not covered by him. Feel me? That's why it's dangerous what them pastors is teaching, telling you ain't got to keep the commandments. They're basically making sure you in that line to get slaughtered. Man. Because you ain't marked by him or protected by him, you ain't keeping his ways. You feel me? You ain't crying out for the abominations. You cool with, like you drive down to Delmar Loop and see all these sodomites switching. You feel me? We do it worse than the heathens that showed it to us. Like my bro was saying earlier. Bro got their shirts tied up in the back switching. That one boy, the one rapper that word fingernail polish and one boy name, man. He got a line of Young Thug. Like that's an abomination.
Man, he had a dress on for his album cover.
Yeah, it's all in their hair.
That's abomination. Now, we supposed to be sighing and crying behind it. You understand? And the way he acted is gonna make sure he on that list to get destroyed unless he turn back.
How somebody going? How you a straight priest or straight God? Yeah. You feel me? And how somebody gonna take you serious? You got on a dress.
You got a dress on.
You feel
lipstick?
How somebody gonna take you serious like you are supposed to be a man of the Lord? You feel me? Look at these people how they dress us up. Like man, and they laugh at us, man. Make mockery of it.
Yeah, straight madness, man. So you're looking at someone at the Most High, and physically, he's one of God's chosen people, but spiritually, he's uncircumcised. You understand? And if he don't turn from his ways, he's gonna be destroyed. That's what it is, right? But we gonna hear the show. It starts in Israel first. All right, come on. This ain't white folk. He talking about destroying right here. These are Israelites. They in Jerusalem. You feel me? They ain't here tripping. Come on, Hebrew. What else to say?
Neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon who is the mark.
You see what he say? That means nobody's exempt. If you ain't marked by the Most High, little ones, elders, women, children. You see how important it is for us to teach the younger generation what time it is. Because if you ain't doing that, they gonna get laid down.
And look, and then they quick to say, "Why? If it was a God, why would He let this happen to the children? Because of what you."
Well, I thought the same thing. That's the first thing I thought of.
Because how you clown? You see what I'm saying? You bringing this on our kids, man. You know what I mean? They don't look that far into it. People only see what's in front of their face, man.
Yeah. That's why the scripture tells us to train up a child in the way that they supposed to go. Train them up. This is a war. Feel me? So you don't want your child to get slaughtered and laid down or what you supposed to be teaching them. You feel me? Like it's on us. Then when you're done talking, it's on you. You feel me?
So they burn too.
Yeah. Well, you got children that get judged based off what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That puts more of the onus back on you. Like, look, you got wives who's in the wilderness. The whole company of the men that rose up against Moses, they whole households got swallowed up. The children and wives.
The animals, everything.
Everybody that rose up, and it was only the men that rose up. They wives and children, what he rather was the men, the head of the house. That's why we, us men, got to get it right out. You done talking? Yeah, we got to get it right. You feel me? We ain't later for blaming the sisters. Look, the men got to get it right. That way we know how to lead. We got to know how to lead. Later for you don't even see nobody in her blaming they outside of Adam trying to throw it out there. Lord, like, look, hey, what I tell you? Yeah, hey, like, anyway, whatever what I tell you, you feel me? Outside of that, you ain't even got nobody I'm blaming. You think King David was blaming his women for him going off? He ain't blamed Bathsheba for what he did. Nigga took on, he owned it. Like, yeah, I tripped. He did. You know what I'm saying? We got to man up. It's what it is, man. Stand up and lay down. That's what it is. All right, where you at?
And begin at my sanctuary.
Begin where?
Begin at my sanctuary.
Yeah.
Then they begin at the ancient men.
Ooh, the old men.
Which were before the house.
Yeah.
And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain.
Man, this is on the Temple Mount. You understand this? This ain't just in, there's some neighborhood or ghetto in Jerusalem. This is in the temple. It's on the Temple Mount, the courts, the altars. And he said, begin in my sense. This show you the priest was even tripping.
Said the ancient men.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Go ye forth, and they went forth and slew in the city. And it came to pass while they were slaying them, and I was left, then I fell upon my face, and I cried and said, our Lord God Yahweh, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel?
Ezekiel like, Lord, you gonna kill everybody. Look, that's how you know that judgment was getting laid down. Ezekiel had the crowd like, you gonna kill all, Lord. You about to kill all your people. You about to kill all your people.
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Move out the way. Same thing. Moses like, man.
He's like, Moses, move out the way. I'm about to flatline here last one of them. They tripping. Woo! And we still play around with that same God like he ain't like he the tooth fairy. So, all right. You feel me? Like, why are we playing, man? Like he be that close. The last time he destroyed the earth, he spared 8 people and a few animals. Everybody else got laid down. Them are billions of people, bro. Only 8 left. And some animals. Whoa! Like, man, who y'all playing with? Where else he, bro? What do you say?
He say, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in pouring in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem? Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceedingly great, and the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say, the Lord has forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not. And as for me also, my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their ways upon their heads. And behold, the men clothed with linen, which had the iron horn by his side, inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me.
Y'all see that? That's major right there. Judgment, man. Judgment is nothing to play with. He knows he started with Israel first. Dig? So, we run around bragging about what it is, but we still in our iniquity. You feel me? Making plans to go sin. Planning to be evil. In the truth. Man, yeah. You know, that's the wrong spirit to be in. You planning to be evil. You making plans to go rebel. You ain't got enough sins on your jacket. You comfortable with saying, well, you know, later on tonight, you know, I'm like, God is merciful. He gonna just forgive me anyway. But you better stop playing. It could be one of them situations right there. You understand? I need 1 Peter. Hebrew 1 Peter chapter 4. 1 Peter chapter 4. We going next, y'all.
What did it cover in Ezekiel chapter 9?
That was the whole chapter. I believe
that was the whole chapter.
Brother Yoel get the rolling. It's over. Yeah, 1 Peter chapter 4 is where we going next.
12.
Yeah, we started 12 and read on down to 18, 19 about judgment first begins at the house of God. Let's read to the end.
Yeah. 1 Peter 4 and 12, y'all.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Oh, this is in the Bible? Yeah. Yes, it is. The good old Bible.
You got dusted.
Yeah. You just ain't been reading. Here's what it is, man. All praises. Good to throw down with the family. With Shabbat Shalom. Glad the brothers made it safely. You dig?
Yeah, glad y'all made her safe.
Yes, sir.
Glad y'all made her safe.
Got some more brothers coming up here tonight. The night of the
Yeah, the brother, he can say he gonna come in Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah, he was trying to make it, but he said he want to move on that situation. So
yeah,
he said Monday he'll be here.
I know our key and
that brother moving up here to stay.
Oh, okay.
So he moving his house over.
Oh, great.
Hey, that's what it is, bro. You know? Hey, come on home.
That's what it is.
Come on home. It's all good. We a family. All right, let's get this done, man. 1 Peter chapter 4. 1 Peter chapter 4. And then look, you know, any questions, man? Let's get it. So what it is chapter 4, verse 12. You said
Verse 12. I'm starting verse 12.
I can't hear you. Can you do what? Oh, my charge, yeah. You ain't gonna ask me for that. None of your business. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it's that orange thing. So just you can unplug it, unplug the red thing from it. It hold a charge, and then you just unplug it out that speaker. That's the Android end in that speaker right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then plug that in your phone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You should be good to go. Take that with you. No, take that with you. Take the whole orange thing with you. The whole orange thing is a charge. That's solar. But
so you were charging it.
You can charge it if ain't no sun out. Or the sun charge it. Either way.
You do it off the light, but it's a sun charge.
Yeah, it's a solar charge, and then, you know, so if you ain't no sun out, you got to charge it in the crib.
You gonna keep that in the wilderness when we get kicked out of
I had a camper. And it was out of camp. Yeah, what was the point?
And that's the point. I said it. I was just making a joke, like they gonna cut all the signal out anyway.
Charge it. If not, take the white thing out and put it back in the charge. The white thing out. The charge. Take the white thing out, put it back in. You should see some lights light up on that dude.
Yeah.
Bang, you're good to go. All right, 1 Peter 4.
1 Peter 4 and 12.
Yeah.
Most High's permission. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Yeah.
As though some strange thing has happened unto you.
Yeah.
But rejoice.
Do what?
But rejoice.
Get mad.
Rejoice.
You got some brothers that's in the truth. When certain things go down with them, they get bow-legged in the shoulders. They get depressed. Like you had a car wreck or something. Say the fiery trial you go through, you're supposed to be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? People talk bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Slandering, making up rumors and lies about you. You ain't supposed to be flat-foot cussing nobody out.
Yeah, man.
You supposed to, it say, leap for joy. Your reward is great in heaven. For your fathers did the same to all the real prophets. You feel me? So when you go through a fiery trial, don't get depressed with your lip out. That's actually the #1 cause of cancer is depression, stress. It's not smoking, stress. You understand? So when you're going through your fiery trial, it said the scripture actually say rejoice. Be happy. Thank the Most High. All praises, Father. Huh? You count us worthy to, receive stripes.
Right.
And you wear that as badges of honor. What you saying, bro?
Sitting up with the curtains closed, listening to dead.
You hear me?
Ready to check out.
Hey, want to
got a little tough.
want to throw a pity party, man. You feel me? Give him a hug or something. No, man, you supposed to be rejoicing, thanking the Most High.
Yeah, man, swords are made with steel and fire.
That's right. That ain't no smooth process. Swords ain't made with parquet. butter,
cotton balls.
Yeah, swords are made. Ching, cling. Stick that deal back in that fire. Nah, it ain't ready yet. Grab a hammer. Bing, ting. Throw it in the water. Shh. Throw it back in the fire. Grab that anvil. Hammer it out some more. That's how swords are made. It's not no smooth process. You sweating and you understand? Sparks flying. Also, you can get you with one of them Kill Bill swords. One of them.
Tory Hanzo.
Yeah, Tory Hanzo. That deal cut her.
Cut steel.
That deal cut her, boy. Yeah.
Can I get a quick second with me? Just one verse.
Man, have your business, bro.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 18. In everything give thanks. Okay. For this is the will of Yahweh in Christ Yahushua concerning you.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's a dagger.
That's what we call that.
Yeah, that's them daggers, them quick hitters. You don't even know you hit. You just like, oh, pop, pop, pop. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 13. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
So if you partake in his suffering, you partake in his glory. See, that's beautiful.
It's the coldest streets, you know. If I ate with you, if I slept, if I on the ground with you, when I get on, I got you. We gonna ride together, we gonna die together. You know what I mean? Niggas in the street ain't make that up.
They ain't getting all this out the Bible. In righteousness. It is in righteousness. We supposed to be ready to ride, you know, lay your life down for your brothers. Righteousness. You was doing it in wickedness and not knowing it. Especially today, and there ain't no codes in the streets today. All these little cats are snitching on each other, man. You stop it. Watch next 48. They all snitching.
Or smoking each
other.
They're
killing each other. They all snitching. At least it was a somewhat of a code back then. Today, yeah, right.
Killing each other.
Killing. Yeah, killing each other.
Every now and then you look up the monkey wrenches, you know. These cats coming home from jail doing all manner of things. Verse 13 again, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Beautiful.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
Sad are
ye. Happy.
Depressed are ye. Happy are ye. Come on.
For the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you.
That's right. That's right. Who get mad about the spirit of Yah resting on?
Demons, devils.
Yeah.
Devils.
Come on, Hebrew.
On their part, on their part, he is evil spoken of.
Yeah.
But in your part, he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
So you can't be out here committing all madness in the streets and say, you know, Christ suffered 2 dogs. So he ain't no. You supposed to suffer for righteousness, not because you done jacked the whole city out here, bodying everybody. Yeah, no. They say don't suffer for that. If you're gonna suffer for doing what's right. You understand? Because the world hate what's right. The world is evil. You understand? So if you're gonna suffer for what's real. And then you'll be glorified. But if you out here bringing it, calling all that to yourself, the Lord is not down with that. It's common sense.
Hey, you robbed and murdered everything. You sleep 3 hours a day because you got to watch your back. And you looking at what you got, talking about how you blessings. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving glory. Now, what God you talking about? What kind of blessings you talking about, man?
To the devil.
You sacrificing to the devil, and that's who blessing you. You know what I'm saying? Blood sacrifices, man.
They say God bless them.
What you say? What do you say?
They say God blessing all the travelers.
Hey, yeah. You know what they say?
That's what they say.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, yeah, we all used to be there, man. You dig? Thank the Most High, we still breathing. Got about that wickedness. It's blinding. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're in St. Louis, you're not getting no prices. You're not getting no prices like they on the coast somewhere. You in St. Louis, boy, it's a tax. Man, it's a tax. By the time it get heard, it's a tax on everything. You ain't making no type of no. There ain't no successful drug dealers in St. Louis. Yeah.
Pablo, long ago.
Come on, Hebrew.
And the cats that's bringing in the metric tons in the airport, they working with the people. They ain't out here coming from nothing. They working with the folks. Verse 14.
Yeah.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye.
Yeah.
The spirit of glory and of God rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified.
Yeah.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Yeah, busybody, somebody that's gossiping, always in somebody else's affairs. Well, that's something we got bad as a people too. I ain't the one to gossip. You ain't heard nothing from me. Like, in Living Color back in the day, that one woman she knew everybody's business. Her name was Miss Bonita.
Miss Bonita, Juanita, I think.
Yeah. Her name Miss Bonita. She always said, I ain't the one to gossip, but you ain't heard from me. But she knew everybody's business. You understand? That's being a talebearer or a busybody in everybody's affairs matter. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on as a body. It's that stick to y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with all that. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Yet if any man suffers as a Christian,
or a follower of Messiah, go ahead.
Let him not be ashamed.
Let him not be what?
Ashamed.
Come on.
But let him glorify God on this behalf.
That's right.
For the time is come, the judgment must begin at the house of God.
You hear that? Judgment begins at the house of the Most High.
Right? Play with that if you want to.
That's like we just read in Ezekiel 9. Started my sanctuary. Judgment begins here. Go ahead, Hebrew.
For the time has come, the judgment must begin at the house of God.
Yeah.
And if it first begins at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
So if it start with us, what about those that ain't obeying? Wow. Come on, Hebrew.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved,
and if the righteous what?
And if the righteous scarcely be saved.
What scarcely mean?
Barely, hardly.
That means by the skin of your teeth.
Some of us in here might not make it.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah. That's just the truth. That way the scriptures say make your calling and election sure. Don't just get comfortable because you know what day the Sabbath day is and you ain't no pork in 2 weeks. Don't get comfortable. You feel me? Look at Tony. Like I've been saying, like, don't get comfortable. You understand? That say the righteous barely gonna be getting saved.
Right.
These pastors, water trying. They say they all say.
Yeah. That ain't what we read. Ain't this New Testament? That say the righteous scarcely.
I just dealt with Kojic for a week.
I grew up in Kojic. What you talking about, boy?
I just dealt with them folks for
I grew up in the Kojic style.
They worse than the heathens.
I know.
They worse than the heathens. I mean, they walk.
They walk
in there like they listen.
My bad. Yeah. Forgive your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Man, it's crazy how they carry it. A couple of them are on the way in now, but you know, you have to be wise with certain owners. A couple of them, for the most part, you know what I mean? You don't really have to engage too much with them. Because like you said, they so impressed by themselves and what they doing. You know what I mean? They don't even know you know what I mean? So, but they won't be back. I think this is their last year here in St. Louis. They do like 3-year contracts or something like that. I think this is their last year here. They moving to Memphis or something like that. I don't think they like St. Louis very much.
What is that? What you talking about? That 107th annual meeting?
That joint there, yeah.
So how many years is it now? 109 or something like that?
Something like that. 109, 110, somewhere right up in there.
So you dealing with an organization that goes back to what, 1907? Those are bootleggers.
The turn of the century.
Those are bootleggers. You talking about a group of Negro clergymen that go back to 1907. Look, it's the 110th annual They got a shepherd, old boy up there to come meet the bishop, the shepherd convention down here in St. Louis every year.
They got it set up like you can buy the silver seats, you can buy gold seats, or you can buy platinum seats.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then they got dinner packages and all.
Those are bootlicker Supremes. Like what Negro, like who 110 years ago out? That's 1907.
More involved.
Yeah.
I can't.
They do that with Jonestown, don't they? They do that with Jonestown. Those are bootlickers.
In the Jonestown.
There ain't no way in the world what Negro was spitting some truth in the Kojic establishment in 1907, bro. Come on now.
Well, they coming over.
That before the stock market crashed.
They minks and they diamonds on, gobbling up all the pork chops.
Oh, them Masons. Them gotta be they gotta be Masonic.
All of they got their rings and their emblems on their suits.
Yeah.
You know they look crosses. You can tell what level they in because the crosses that they wear, they all different colors. They got the blue ones. And
they color coded.
So I was like, man, these kids here, man.
Yeah, uppity.
Yeah,
very.
Extremely.
And lead and making sure the flock of the Most High become slaughtered. If they not teaching the commandments of the Most High, like if you don't know the commandments of the Most High, like how you don't know the do's and don'ts? That's my question. Like, if you're saying it ain't what it is, then so I'm free to do what I want to do. Why you think these young brothers in the streets be like, Barber? Yeah, I done heard of Jesus before. Yeah, I believe in him, but I'm finna go murder him.
I got to get this money first, Lord, then I'll be back.
Yeah, like that don't even make sense. Y'all not teaching the commandments, so then y'all not teaching the fear of the Most High, right? Young brothers sure these judgments being real. Like, hold on, what? You feel me? That's called shock treatment. You understand? That's shock and awe. Ain't that what George Bush did to Saddam Hussein when they invaded Iraq? It was called shock and awe. You understand? They bombed. they bombed the hell out of Iraq. You understand? Bombed Saddam into submission. You dig? Let's see, brothers in the streets, all they know is power and all that. So you can't come to these little brothers like, God loves you, little brother. Or even this little brother, right? You can't come. God loves you, brother. Change your ways.
You ain't trying to hear that,
You
right?
ain't gonna hear that. You like that don't even make. That's not gonna grab him. You understand? But if he knew that, okay, well, if I keep playing around, God gonna body me. It's like, oh well, I can act like I ain't heard that.
Wake up, get murdered and wake up waddling in fire. That ain't going nowhere.
I'm from the streets, you feel me? So I know it is. You have one of them bullets run across your chest region, huh? I guarantee you gonna call God. You feel me? I guarantee about 4 or 5 niggas stomping you out of, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you gonna call God.
Right.
You feel me? No matter how you looking at it, how you slicing it, you gonna go searching for God. Hopefully it ain't when it's too late. You feel me? Hopefully it ain't for it's too late. You feel me? That's to be understood.
All right, where we at, Hebrew?
Well, we in first. Did you want me to go all the way down to 19?
Yeah, please. Finish it up. So eloquent. So eloquent.
Verse.
I know what the brother says. So very important. You done been through your little situations. You dig? I done been on fire before. Yeah. July 4th, 1994. Celebrating the 4th of July. Yeah. About checked out. Got first, second, and third degree burn. They had a helicopter be down to Children's Hospital, about 12.
Playing with fire.
A bunch of fireworks exploding in my pocket. All right, little bro, hold it down. I heard.
Be safe, man.
Be safe, man.
Say it, man.
Hold it down. I heard. Eyes never die, boy ass. Hold it down, my brethren. Yes, sir. Good to see your face. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, brother.
Yes, sir. Hold it down.
Y'all speed, brother. Y'all speed.
Y'all speed, Hebrew. All right, finish that off to that verse 19. And let's get it done,
Verse 16. Chapter 1 Peter 4:16. Yet if any man suffer
you read that
as
already.
a Christian, I did. I'm sorry. Verse 17. For the time has come that judgment.
19, brother.
Okay, I'm at 19.
Yes, sir.
18.
Now, if you want to read it over, we all good with that, brother.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's understanding to be had in the bit of the script.
I just read right here. I appreciate you. Verse 19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing.
Yeah.
As unto a faithful creator.
Yeah. So even when you suffering, understand the Most High's faith. Feel me? You ain't supposed to be panicking and, you know, trying to check out, going to a bout of depression and God don't love me and all that extra madness. Understand? The Most High is faithful. You understand? If I'm doing what's right and I'm suffering for it, hallelujah. It's what it is. We got any brothers? Y'all, you know, y'all heard out of town? Any questions? Man, like, what's good? Let's get into it. Any questions, brothers? Got you know what I'm saying? I know y'all done dealt with some of them camps before. Y'all done dealt with some of them camps.
The history of Romans 11.
Yeah.
What made Paul write to the Romans that they weren't under his authority?
Well, the Romans, like, well, the whole thing is this: when Paul was writing, when you read through the book of Acts, before you even get to Romans, when you read through the book of Acts, everywhere he went that was outside of Israel, he went to the synagogue first. That's where he went to. That's where his letters were actually being sent to. Right now, who runs synagogues? The Israelites. You feel me? Whether they're in Jerusalem or not, because the synagogues is the place where the law and the prophets are being read. The Israelites had the scrolls of the Most High. You understand? So when they say the book of Romans, it was written to the synagogue that was in Rome, or the Israelites, the believing Hebrews that was in Rome. You understand what I'm saying? So to get the history of Romans 11, you really had to go back to Romans 9 and read it. And read it on through. You feel me? The book of Romans is like broke up into sections. You understand? We read chapter 2 earlier, the end of chapter 2, where it was going into like spiritual Israel, which is us, that rocking the spirit of Messiah, whatever. But it's a whole breakdown of who's called Jews and who's called Gentiles. You feel me? You got Romans 9, all that. Now you got a lot of misunderstanding, but when you read it for what it is, slow it down. You feel me? So to get all of Romans 11, I would say as your brethren, we would go back to Romans 9. You feel me? Like probably like toward the end of it, 23, 24. And then Paul started quoting prophets. So quote Amos, Hosea, Isaiah. You feel me? And unless you go precept to prophets, you think Paul talking to somebody he ain't talking to. You see what I'm saying? So it's good understanding though. Like we can start back in Romans 9 for real, and then like slowly trying to like navigate our way through. Because if you don't stay like focused in it, you'll slip. I don't know who we rapping to. You know what I'm saying? And then even when you get to understanding, it's never saying. You see, because certain brothers got the understanding, but it's never saying that someone of another nation can't worship. It's not saying that, you feel me? But the prophecy does say all 12 tribes must be regathered and set back up so they can be a light to the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got people that break it down, but ain't bringing all the prophecies into play. Like, what he mean when he said he gonna call them my people, which were not my people? Is he talking about Vikings? You feel me? Is he talking about barbarians? Like, who is he talking about? You feel me? In the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. What are you talking about? That's what's on the table. You feel me? Now you got white theologians that try to break it down, and they don't never did because they don't deal with the Old Testament. So they never precept what Paul is saying. Paul said that Hosea said this. Amos said this. Isaiah said this. You understand? So that's actually a long breakdown, but we can start at least. You know what I'm saying? At least starting to it. Let's go back to Romans 9. Who just read?
I did.
Go back to Romans 9, bro.
All right.
20 around 23. 23. And let's like read down. We'll take our time. And then when he say OC, he talking about Hosea. We're at Hosea 1, bang, bang, bang. Try to get some understanding. Controversial topic too, because if we talking about grafting in, it did. Yeah. That's what's going on, because you got some folks saying that the so-called Christian church done replaced Israel, which is impossible. Yeah. Then you got like, okay, wild olive tree being grafted into natural trees and all that. So, but somebody asked you, can an orange tree be grafted into an apple tree? Is that possible? Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That's the exact point. Like, how can something that's contrary to that be grafted in to that? You feel me? And again, never saying somebody of another nation can't serve and worship, but Israel has the covenant. You understand? We can't never duck that and look away from that, because that's how replacement. That's how replacement gets thrown into play.
Like that one who's on the away from
it. Yeah. That's what's going on, man. A lot of people don't got the studies of the history. They get to be emotional instead of just sitting down and really going through it. You understand? System caught on with that. I hear you over there. Now look, we just read a big clue is we just read Maccabees that these men, Israelites, became uncircumcised because they took on the all right. So you got one brother say, "Well, my ministry was to the uncircumcision." Paul was saying that, and Peter's ministry was to the circumcision. You feel me? Because preaching Messiah to both. Like, you got those of the circumcision, like Pharisees, and them that didn't accept them. You feel me? But then you had Israelites that was a Gentile mindset that was like, dang, that's true right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And being called back into the fold.
Pledged their allegiance to Rome, to all these different houses, and giving their lives for it. They put away all of their heritage and culture. You know, they, like you said, full-blown Greeks, full-blown Americans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let's get into it, though. Excellent question, brother. You know what I'm saying? I would say some of the camps just go off by saying that can't nobody else worship the Most High, that's actually false. You get into scriptures, it's all over the scriptures. You feel me? I read in Jeremiah a couple weeks ago where it was an Ethiopian had to go tell the king of Judah, like, man, let him up out of prison, man. Like, what is y'all doing? They straight buried Jeremiah in the hole. He was in the hole with no running water. You feel me? And they had the Ethiopian had to straight throw the rope down there for Jeremiah to put up under his armpits and drag him up out of there. He straight told the king, man, that's a man of God, man. This is a Gentile telling the king of Judah, like, get the prophet of God up out that pit, man. What is wrong with y'all? He went and grabbed him up out of there. And it was so bad, Jeremiah told the king, don't ever send me back there. I'm going to die if I go back there. You did. So it's been all the Uriah the Hittite that fought in the army with David. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all type of Gentiles that lay their life down for what it is, man. We cannot overlook that just because.
When I came in, you were speaking on John Brown.
John Brown. Yeah. Salute. Now, you lay your life down for God and his people. How do I be mad at that? Yeah. Like, that's really a thwarted mindset. Like, what are you doing? How you look at a righteous act and say that's evil because of his skin tone? You feel me? That ain't got nothing to do with the spirit he rocking in. He like, man, look, it is what it is. Those are God's people, and if I got to start doming my people to make them see where I'm going with this, hey, so be it. You understand? So let's get this Romans 9. Romans 9, start around
23,
something like that.
Yeah. Romans 9, verse 23. And that he might make known the riches of his glory.
Verse 22, Hebrew. It's the beginning of sins.
Verse 22.
Yes, sir.
What if God, Yahweh, willingly to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory, even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
Most stop right there. Say, bang, see? That's what it is. But never keep reading and get the breakdown and understanding. Like, so who is Paul talking about? He either talking about all Israel right here as Jews, and then Gentiles, all the rest of the nations, or he talking about the Jews being his old brotherhood, the Pharisees and them, and the Gentiles being scattered Israel who were living like heathens. One or the other. So just put it on the table and let's see. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's either all 12 tribes being referred to as Jews right here, and then the Gentiles being all the other nations, right? Or it's the Jews, meaning Paul's old brotherhood, the Pharisees who were hunting the true believers. The Gentiles being the rest of scattered Israel who were being called back home.
Which makes more sense.
Hey, we was called Gentiles at one point. We was very immersed into a Greek lifestyle, American lifestyle. One or the other. But listen, we gonna let the scripture, whatever fit, you feel me? That's what we gonna roll with. You know what I'm saying? We just take our feelings about it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. All right, now come on. What else to say?
As he said also in OC.
OC is Greek for Hosea. All right, so Paul was quoting the Old Testament right here. He said, this is what he said in Hosea. Come on.
I will call them my people,
Yeah,
which were not my people.
yeah.
And her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God.
All right, so let's go to Hosea. Is it wrong to go to Hosea? Didn't Paul quote Hosea? Let's go to Hosea chapter 1.
Like he quoted so much.
Yeah,
That's why I could never understand how you get that confused. All the man talked from, read from,
what's the Old Testament?
was the Old Testament.
Yeah. So it's a lust to hate what's real. What was that? Yeah, it's a lust to hate what's real. Right? So he said that not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles, as he says in Hosea. All right, I'm gonna call them my people, which were not my people, and them beloved, which were not beloved, and it should be said unto them, you are not my people. There it should be said to them, you are the sons of the living God. Is that what you just read? Let's go to Hosea, because he quoted Hosea. Hosea 1. I believe it's 10 on down. Hosea 1. I believe it's like verse 10, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it's about nailed it.
Hold your spot because read that, but yeah, hold your spot.
1
Hosea 1 and 10. He quoted Hosea.
Yes, that.
All right.
Hosea 1 and 10.
So let's go see who was called not his people, but will be called his people. Right.
That's that. 10 and 11.
Yeah, that's a dagger. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sands of the sea.
The number of who?
Number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
So who are the Gentiles in Romans 9 that Paul was talking about? Read it again. Like he quoted Hosea. The them is Israel when we just read Hosea.
Verse 11, it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Yeah, great shall be the day or the planting of the Most High. Let's go. When he plants his people back to their rightful inheritance. Right?
What's the day of Jezreel?
Yeah, it means planting of Yah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now go hold your spot right there. Go back to that Romans. Please read that again. Romans 9, 20, what you at? 23, 24.
I'm at verse.
Read that again.
Gotcha. And this, verse 24. Even us, whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. As he said also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people. And her beloved, which was not my beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God, Yahweh.
Can you read that one more time? One more time.
One more time, verse 10.
Hosea 1 and 10.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sands of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
So who are the Gentiles? Who are the Gentiles in Romans 9?
That's a banger. Children of Israel,
Israelites.
The ones that can be numbered, can't be numbered like the sands of the sea.
Yeah, because they remember our people went off. We read Maccabees. Our people went off and said, "Man, we finna make a covenant with the heathen." We became uncircumcised. The script called them wicked for it. You understand? So even Messiah died for them. You feel me? And it got to a point to where our people wouldn't deal with them. Our people that was in Judea up under the covenant, they wouldn't deal with the Israelites that was scattered, that was living like heathens. They like, man, y'all heathens. We ain't messing with y'all. Don't your people don't mess with you to this very day because of your belief? Think about it. When you come into this belief, ain't there a separation? Ain't you like, y'all over there eating that swine? I ain't going on. Y'all over there singing the Christmas tree. Y'all some heathens, man. I act like Gentiles. So you can't say belief don't divide you as a family.
Yeah, it does.
Because it does. So as it is now, it was even back then.
Your enemy shall come from your own house.
Yeah. Let's go back to Romans 9. What else it say, brother?
Romans 9, verse 27.
Yeah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. That's Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Come on with it. What else is
Isaiah also cried concerning Israel.
Also cried concerning who?
Israel.
Wow. Come on.
Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. That's what he showed.
A remnant?
Boy, it's the same.
Ain't that what Isaiah say?
That's what we just read. Can't get around it.
A remnant shall be saved. Right?
Out of the sands of the sea, only a remnant gonna be saved.
So we need Isaiah 10. Let's go there. Let's show it. What Isaiah 10. Paul quoted Isaiah, not us. Paul quoted Hosea, not us. And notice he say also concerning who? Israel. And that's a big mystery a lot of people can't fathom in the script. Like everywhere when you read Gentile, don't mean other nations. Sometimes it actually means Israelites in a Gentile mindset. You feel me? Sometimes it do. I mean, a lot of places actually it do. Like in the Corinthians, when Paul in 1 Corinthians 10, he say, brethren, call them brothers. He said, all our fathers were under the cloud, and all our fathers passed through the sea, and all our fathers were baptized under Moses in the sea. Right? Question: what are Corinthians leave in Egypt? No deal. So who he's writing to that's living in Corinth? Israelites that were living in Corinth, who had lost their way.
Have a mindset of Egypt.
Yeah. And he's like, it's time for y'all to come on home, man. There wasn't no Greek Corinthians in Egypt, leaving Egypt. Moses didn't lead them through the Red Sea and brought them to the mountain. That didn't happen.
Right.
This is a major mystery a lot of our people can't grasp. You feel me?
Same way, like if you read Deuteronomy 28, which we all know is almost like the foundation of our the heart of what we come onto the truth and understand.
That's right.
But at the same time, you look into the last verses, what put me on was like ever since I read that last verse 68, I've never turned back. It's been a wrap for me. We're in Egypt, but we're not in Egypt. Did you get that? We're in Egypt, but not in Egypt. You feel me? Deuteronomy 28, verse 6, that my Bible's almost creased to that. It's almost creased to that. It's saying the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way where I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
They say now, how we gonna go? That's a contradiction. How we gonna go somewhere we ain't been before? You know what I'm saying? That's the unlearned mind state.
Man, you gotta go like the bro Maccabee said right here. How in the world you finna go to Egypt? Egypt is like East St. Louis. Ain't no water between Egypt and Israel to be where like we all finna go scattered across the four corners of the earth. That don't add up.
That's around the corner.
That's around the corner. That's how you finna put add ships into that category. Like we going to the physical Egypt.
The rain flowing from Israel. Only reason we went through the Red Sea was go to Mount Sinai to get the commandments. That ain't even toward Israel. That's the opposite way. To go from Israel to Egypt, you do not need no ships, man. You're walking. Think about it. Then Jacob and his sons walked down into Egypt.
It's
back in Genesis.
It's roughly a 2-3 week journey on foot, ain't it?
Yeah, it's something like that.
I think I was watching something. It's
something like that.
Roughly a couple of weeks on foot.
Yeah, it's on. You're not
40 years.
You're not taking no boats to Egypt. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? Not from Israel. So again, you know what I'm saying? Excellent. But he quoted Isaiah, right?
Yeah.
Concerning Israel, right?
Right.
I mean, Isaiah 10, 20 through 23. Yeah, let's look. Great mystery. A lot of folks can't, but you deal with people where they at with it. You know what I'm saying? What I do, I just slow down and just read it with them. You feel what I mean? Don't act like you better than, cause you don't know the Gentile. You stupid niggas don't know the Gentiles in certain spots of the Israel. No, that's pride. I was puffed up. So sometimes it's like, look, bro, we need to sit down and go over this. Just know, you know what I'm saying? Like that way we all can be brought up to speed. What's really being said. You know what I'm saying? That way our flank don't be open. You know what I'm saying?
Same way like the Messiah, like all the disciples, when Christ he was talking to the world. He was talking to just 12 and whatnot, but at the same time, he was talking to many more. They not understood because they are one of the worlds that's hearing this. You feel me? So it was always going over their head, but they always came to him afterward like, what did you mean by that parable that you said? He told them like, man, this is for you. Why do you, he said like, why ask him, why you talking like that? He like, man, because it's for you to understand. It's not for them.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
Mysteries ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, man. But hey, the question get asked. If you ask me on the phone, I said, all right, bro, well, that's something we're going to have to get into. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, right? So Isaiah 10, because Paul quoted Isaiah, right? Isaiah 10, what he says?
Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
So the day coming when we ain't gonna be dependent on our slave masters. That day is coming. You feel me? Come on, bro.
But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel.
Yeah.
In truth.
That's right.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
The remnant shall return.
The who?
The remnant shall return.
Right, we just read that. Romans 9. Go ahead.
Even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty God. For thou thy people, Israel, be as the sand of the sea. For thou thy people, Israel, be as the sands of the sea. Yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness.
So the remnant ain't gonna overflow with righteousness. They return back to their rightful possession. He said the consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. Right? So we just read parts of that in Romans 9 that Paul was quoting. He understood. He's talking about Israel. Understand? What verse?
23.
All right.
For the Lord God of hosts shall make a consumption, even determined in the midst of all the land. Verse 24. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of hosts.
That's it for that. Let's go back to Romans 9.
Romans 9, verse 28, where we left off at. I'm going to read verse 27 again to run it back there.
Good job. Yes, sir.
Esaias also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. Because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. And as Esaias said before.
So he dealing with Isaiah again.
Isaiah again.
Isaiah said before. Go ahead.
Except the Lord of Sabbath
Zabaoth, the Lord of hosts, That's what that means. I seen a brother try to break that down from the camp y'all was talking about the other day. He said the Lord of the Sabbath. See, the Lord
I was gonna say Sabbath.
The Lord want us to rest, brother. I'm like, bro, look, your flanks open. That's Sabaoth in Hebrew, which means the Lord of hosts, the Lord of the armies. That's not Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? It may look similar, but it's not the same thing. He was trying to break it down. I mean, you get an E for effort. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only saying it because they put themselves out there as, you know what I'm saying, like they that deal. I'm like, bro, like if you put yourself out there like that, how you don't know that? You know what I'm saying? Because when we go read Isaiah, it's gonna say the Lord of hosts, showing you that this Sabaoth actually means host. That's Hebrew, the Lord of hosts. Yahweh Sabaoth. Zabah is army, Sabaoth is armies. But we talking about the armies of the heavens, controlled by the Most High. You understand? They ain't saying the Lord of the Sabbath. The Lord want us to rest, brother. That's what he said the other day. I'm like, bro, hey, your flanks open, but you know, that'll be our little secret. I'll let you keep that. I ain't gonna drive you. I was gonna drive you live. I'm like, I ain't gonna do it like that, man. You know, I'm about to send him a little private message, like, bro, your flank was open.
Check yourself, brother.
Yeah. All right, so read that again, bro, that verse, and then we go back to Isaiah 1, ain't it? Yeah, Isaiah 1, man.
And as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of Sabaoth had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah. What shall we say then?
Hold on. Let's get that. Let's get that Isaiah real quick. Let's go to Isaiah 1. Start up around. Yeah, start up. Read 1 through 9. Read 1 through 9. That's beautiful.
Isaiah 1 and 1.
I see Paul, who they call the sellout, ain't he quoting all this Torah? He quoting all prophets, ain't he? So this means he's not making this up. Wow. So now you see the conspiracy against what's called the New Testament. Like how y'all conspiring when he's quoting the Old Testament. I don't even get it. Like, what's the problem? All right, Isaiah 1.
The visions of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider.
Say, dog, your dog know you, don't it? Don't your pet know you? Most like Israel don't even consider. Your dog know you. You feel me? An ox know his owner. A jackass knows his owner.
We say he nourished and brought us up.
But you ain't considered that you belong to the God of Israel. What else to say, brother?
A sinful nation.
I'm gonna say I-A-H.
A sinful nation.
not a sinful nation. Sinful nation. Wow. Don't it make you feel that low? That low. Sinful nation. Come on, now.
A people laden with iniquity.
Wow.
A seed of evildoers. Children that are corrupters. We the corruptors, not that we're corrupted. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
Yeah, I heard that. That means we is all the way out of order. We ain't moving in sync with the Most High at all. Yeah, we going away backward. A seed of evildoers. Shalom. There's a dark side to Israel, though. I'm pretty sure y'all done seen it by now.
Oh, yeah.
Dark side to Israel. A seed of evildoers.
I get a quick little,
brother, you can get with the
quick little segment to be Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 7. It said, yeah, the stork in the heavens know its appointed time, and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the times that are coming. But my people know not the judgment of the Lord. How do ye say, we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Lo, certainly in vain made he, the pen of the scribe is in vain.
Yeah, he's like, look, the scribe is scribing for nothing. Y'all not listening. It's Jeremiah 8.
Jeremiah 8 and 7.
Yeah, somebody tried to use that scripture to say the Bible tampered with. And when you go back up to verse 1 and just simply read down, yeah. I mean, he's saying, like, look, the scribe is scribing in vain because you're not listening to what the precepts of the law. Yeah. That's why he's scribing in vain, because a group of heathens in the 1500s got together and put the phrase or the name of the Most High, Yahweh, in the Bible. Come on, stop that, man. But it's an assembly of evildoers that teach that. Like, the Bible is tampered with because it says the scribe in vain. Well, the scribe was scribing in vain because he's wasting his time scribing because Israel's not listening. That's what it was saying. Easy work, bro. All right, let's go on back, bro. Isaiah 1.
Verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more.
Yeah.
The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. For the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been clothed, neither bound up.
Well, you got balls all over you and all type of sickness going on with us.
Neither mollified with ointment. Your country is desolate.
Wow.
Your cities are burned with fire. Your land.
Okay. Nah, I'm talking. All right, go ahead.
Your country is desolate. Verse 7. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence.
Ain't that happening right now? Ain't the land of Israel being devoured in our presence? This is frightfully accurate, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Come on, what else is that?
And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. Except the Lord of hosts. Except the Lord of hosts.
He just read the Lord, the Zabaoth. Except the Lord of hosts. Come on.
Left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
You see, so he's liking Israel to who? Some Gentile nations, Sodom and Gomorrah, which were Africans, right? Those were African nations, right? And he's saying, unless the Lord had left us a remnant, we'd have been wiped out. We'd have been like Sodom and Gomorrah. Wow. So it's safe to say when we read this Romans 9, these Gentiles that Paul is talking about are Israelites who went off possibly hundreds of years, maybe decades earlier. Parents went off, started becoming Greeks, mindset and all that. Became uncircumcised, started having children. Their children had children, raised children. By the time Messiah on the scene, you got a whole squad of Israelites living like Gentiles. Hence, when you go to these spots, there was already synagogues set up. They were teaching the laws and the prophets. They were teaching Moses in synagogues outside of Israel. He going there. And his testimony is the Messiah is come. Read that prophecy right there. Read that prophecy right there. Some would take heed. Certain places, riots will break out. You feel me? And like it is to this day. Some brothers believe, and there's a lot of brothers don't believe in the Messiah, but know they're Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Riots be almost ready to break out. Same thing was going on back then. Dangerous. Right? So it's safe to say when we read this Romans 9, because he's quoting these prophets that he's talking about Israel and the Gentile state of mind. You see what I'm saying? If you just one line and don't go back to the prophets that he quoted, you'll be thinking something else. You dig? It's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? They got other scriptures too. Matter of fact, finish that Romans 9 on out. Okay, if you can't, yeah, bro, finish that Romans 9 on out. Yeah, I want to show some other scriptures too, like the 1 Corinthians 10. You got I believe it's 1 Corinthians 12 when he say, or 2 Corinthians 12 when he say, y'all were Gentiles. Y'all were Gentiles in mindset. You feel me? Now, if you're talking physical, and if you born Italian, you're gonna die Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can't be talking physical to them. How was you once a Gentile, but now you an Israelite? You see what I'm saying? So we gotta be talking spiritual there. Like, if you born Chinese, you're going to die Chinese, bro. There's no way around it. You feel me? I mean, your belief can be that of the Most High God of Israel. That's what's up. But that don't make you an Israelite. That's
a Chinese believer.
Yeah, you a Chinese believer. That's what's up. You see what I'm saying? So when he say, you brethren, ye were Gentiles, you understand? He's talking to his people that were living as if they were Gentiles. That's what's going on. You feel me? So, I mean, you know, some people can't accept it, but once you slow down and read it for what it is, you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Make all sense in the world, actually. You know what I'm saying? Make all sense in the world, actually. All right, so let's finish that Romans 9.
Romans 9, verse 29. Yeah. And as Isaiah said before, except the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom and been made like unto Gomorrah. Yeah. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles which followed not after righteousness have obtained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith.
So he like, look, they believe. These Gentiles he talking about, they believe, just like Abraham. Abraham believed the Most High and it was counted to him for righteousness. Most High said, Abraham, go out there, count them stars. He went out there, did that. That's how numerous your seed gonna be. And he didn't have one child. And Abraham believed him, so he had the faith in what was promised to him. And the Most High said, you righteous. So if Abraham could believe the promise and he be deemed righteous, why can't some Israelites who were living like Gentiles believe in Messiah? Be deemed righteous. Feel me? Like, he ain't saying nothing that ain't in the Old Testament. Yeah, that's the thing. You got Sunday church or one line Paul and be like, oh, no, he tripping. But if you read him in his entirety, he quoting prophets. Then we read Hosea and Isaiah, and we done read that. You know what I'm saying? And he just gave an example of them believing and it's counted to them for righteous. And you say, well, no, that ain't true. Really? Really?
That's true.
What to say, huh? See, so Paul just said that the Gentiles which believe, and remember, we're dealing with Israelites who had lost their way, was coming back into the knowledge of who Messiah was. Say they believe, they got faith, is counted to them for righteousness, right? So if that's the case, they saying, well, Paul, you false for saying that. Why does that say that about Abraham in Genesis 15? That he just believed what the Most High said and he was counted righteous for it, while he was uncircumcised. He hadn't even been circumcised yet. Most High said, he's like, Lord, I ain't got no seed. You promised me this. I don't got one child. Say, go count them stars. You can number them. That's how numerous your seed gonna be. He an old man and got one child. You would have said impossible. That's what you would have said. We would have said impossible. He said he ain't bad eye. He believed it. If that's the promise. Even though I'm old, I'm a Gale Burn, that's the promise. I believe that. Also, I said you righteous for that. Right? So Paul just said Gentiles, which in this case are Israelites who have lost their way. You understand? Can believe in Messiah and it be counted to them for righteousness. Why is Paul wrong, but Abraham could do the same thing and be counted right? Go ahead, bro. You got something ready? These scripts are double-edged sword, what?
Double-edged.
What?
Cutting like Shinsu.
Yeah, what?
Of our Lord salvation. Even as I love brother Paul,
that's right.
According to the wisdom given unto him. as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things in which are some things hard to be understood.
So what Peter say? Some things Paul say are hard to be understood. Come on.
Which they that are unlearned.
Oh, who?
Unlearned and unstable rest.
Meaning they twist his right. The unlearned and unstable. They don't have no foundation. They twist Paul's right. That's why it's hard to understand. Because people are breaking them down but have no foundation. Paul had a foundation. Wasn't he going back to the Torah, the Old Testament, quoting prophets? So he said the people that are unlearned, meaning they don't know this Bible, and they unstable, they don't have a foundation like Paul had, which was the commandments, the Torah. They twist his right. Come on, Hebrew.
Which they are unstable, and unlearned and unstable, twist, as they do also other scriptures, unto their own destruction.
That's why it's dangerous when you hear, if you ever heard, I follow the Pauline epistles.
Boy, what's that?
Pauline is a woman.
Who is that?
Yeah, who is that? Yeah, that is that. I got a cousin, a great cousin named Pauline. Her name's Pauline. You feel me? So you see people that are unlearned and unstable, they twist his writings to their own destruction because they put a free case on him and got people thinking that you can basically be lawless and unaccountable. Just believe and you do it. And he ain't even teaching it.
I got a second witness there, quick.
Yes, you can, brother.
Revelations 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heard the word of the prophecies of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his parts out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. They twist into their own destruction.
Find you something else to play with.
Boy, say that again.
Find you something else to
Boy,
play
you
with.
better find something else to play with. My word ain't it. Boy, wrestling with the word, boy. To their own destruction.
That's right, Hebrew.
All right.
Get her done. All right, what's up with it? What's up with it? Let's get it. You was in Romans 9.
And if you listen to this conversation as he finishes it out, like he's saying, you can maybe say, like brother said, it can seem like he's talking to, you feel me, the other nations. But if you listen very clearly to these next couple verses that I'm going to read, all you got to know is who is the ones that got that jacket. So who is he talking to? Trip off of it. I'll read verse 31 again. But Israel, which follow after the law of righteousness, have not obtained to the law of righteousness. Wherefore, because they saw it not by faith.
Not by who?
Not by faith.
So he talking about his brothers who he used to deal with.
Yeah.
Right? They following after it, but they didn't attain it. I mean, you chasing your tail. You never catch that because you don't believe in the one the Most High sent. So you keeping the commandments, got your phylacteries on, fringes and all that. You chasing righteousness, but you never catch it. You feel me? You gotta believe.
You try to obtain it not by faith.
Not by belief. You got those that been cast off that believe and all they ain't righteous. You chasing righteousness, but you never catch it because you don't got the faith or the conviction or the belief. Remember, Paul was a Pharisee. You understand? So at times when he writing this, he's addressing his old fraternal brotherhood. Because remember, at this point, he's an outlaw to them. They trying to kill him. It was some bros that took a vow not to eat nothing for 40 days, but they put Paul in the grave. His little nephew or cousin heard him plotting and went and told him, like, hey, don't go down them steps. They gonna kill you if you come down them steps. I trip off that. He was the one doing the killing at first. For the Pharisees and them, the Sanhedrin and all that. He got down with Messiah. Now he was a marked man. You understand? So he's addressing his old fraternal brotherhood. Like, and if that ain't the case, then you have to say all of Israel didn't believe. How's that possible? Peter, John, and all them was Israelites. I would say that John 11 say many of the Israelites believed in the Messiah. Many. So when he say Israel right there, he can't be talking about all of Israel. Who he talking about then? He must be talking about his fraternal brotherhood. Got John 11:45, John 12:10-12, John 8:31. Many Jews believed in Messiah. That's what it say, many. Because today they'll tell you in this replacement theology, you know, none of the Jews believed in Jesus. Well, that's a lie. It was the bootlickers and priests of our nation that put him to death. Yes, you can do it, brother. Come on, man. Yes.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to thee nor serve thee, for the Lord thy God is a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and the fourth generation that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Yeah. When he said many, he said many. He said thousands. But it's like billions. Yeah.
It's all, bro. So he talking about the sect of the Israelites that was chasing righteousness through just commandment keeping, but you don't believe in Messiah, so you chasing your tail. You'll never catch righteousness. You don't believe. You know what I'm saying? But those that wasn't even raised like you, they weren't even raised in the synagogues. Those that was living like heathens their whole life, heard it and was like, that's the truth. I'm rocking like that. You feel me? It's counted to them for righteousness. Okay, finish that off, and then Hosea gonna read Genesis 15. Genesis 15 about Abraham and how he believed, and it was counted to him for righteousness. And he wasn't circumcised in chapter 17. So now y'all be like, well, you got to be circumcised. Abraham was promised an eternal kingdom off faith because he believed, and he believed it, and whatever the Lord commanded him, he did it. He ain't bad eyed. So leave your home and your country out of here. Circumcise yourself and a hunt. Cut. What else, Lord? Off up your son.
How many people?
So you can't say you got the faith of Abraham because you be tried like it. And then everybody come up short. You ain't ready. We ain't ready. Like, so I don't even brag and tell them. You know, because a lot of the day the Sunday church brag. You know, I have faith. Everybody that had faith in it wasn't bragging. They work showed that they believed what it was. You feel me? We shouldn't be bragging over the faith we have. Don't brag, because you'll get put through that test, boy, and come up woefully short. It'd be a problem. Every test the Most I gave Abraham, he passed. You feel me? That was some major tests. That was major tests. Like, hey, look, they just hung somebody in Yemen a couple years ago, look just like us. Like, pack up your bags, move to Yemen right now. Leave your father's house. Only take your woman, your children. Only take a few and everything you got. Get up out of here, move to Yemen. Well, y'all know we get caught in some of these little third world countries.
Yeah, out of there.
Brother, look, you know how many rendition laws and treaties you violating? And, bro, you ain't making it up out that deal. What is you talking about? I told you, pack up, move to Afghanistan. Live in the same cave Osama bin Laden was living in. Huh? You got to drop them down out of here, man.
We're talking man's goings of the Lord,
That's
man.
right.
We ain't here for this world, man.
That's right.
This is nothing but a beautiful prison cell we in. Wearing our time out, brother. Real talk, understand. That's all this is, a beautiful prison cell. Understand that we messed up. You feel me? We messed up, so when it was cost of it is time sitting around thinking about what you did wrong.
You gonna finish it?
Yeah, verse 32, man. And I very real want to stress this verse, because if you listen to his words, you can hear who he's talking about. You feel me? It say, wherefore, because they saw it not by faith. You know, Christ was the one, you know what I'm saying, had faith in the Messiah. You feel me? The who didn't have faith in the Messiah was like, man, slay him, slay him, slay him. He say, wherefore, because they saw it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. Who you know was always talking about the law, the law, the law, the law. Your works, Pharisees, Sadducees. It wasn't no Edomite. It wasn't no Issachar. I mean, it wasn't none of these Ishmaelites. It wasn't these nations. They wasn't talking about the law of God, about the works. Can we name any Noah? Anybody? So who do we go in the scripture and find who was talking about the works, the law, the law? It sounds like Israel, ain't it?
Yeah. Meaning you can't work your way to faith, man. You believe or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's faith, then you work.
Right.
You gotta believe first. You can't work your way to belief like this. They don't work.
Right.
You gotta believe it. When the command comes, execute. Then you're justified. You feel me? You got them which was backwards. They was trying to work their way to faith. Faith was there. It was Messiah.
Yeah.
Y'all said kill him.
Yeah. Say, for they stumbled at the stumbling stone.
Oh.
As it is written.
Oh.
Behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and rock of offense.
A rock of who?
A rock of offense.
Everybody's going to get along with it.
A rock of offense.
Rock of offense. The Lord said, I'm laying in Zion, in Israel, a stumbling stone. Meaning y'all going to trip over him. Y'all going to be offended at him. Meaning if Messiah was here today, majority of our people still would be offended.
Yeah.
You feel me? Majority of our people, even within the Hebrew movement, would be offended. You feel me? Straight up. He's a stumbling stone and a rock of offense. Meaning what he came with offended folk, man. It wasn't, diddly do neighbors, hello.
Sitting all the kids on his lap.
Yeah.
Didn't go like that, man.
It was just like, boy, little house on the prairie, huh?
Gather round, children.
like Santa Claus. Huh?
Gather round.
Nah, wasn't no Santa Claus moments. Sit down, kids on his lap. Boy, you crazy.
Tell us bedtime story.
Yeah, yes,
what do you mean was?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
He talking about back in the day when we was, our parents had us involved in that evil.
It just he just said it, just like go on.
Yeah.
Go on his lap. Take a picture and expose.
Sit on his lap.
They would have their daughters, they small daughters, sit on an old stranger's lap and tell them about things that you're going to buy them. Why is he even in the picture then? I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. You know it don't make
wickedness, man. Pure wickedness, man. One more. That's it for that. Hold up. Let me finish up half that verse.
2016.
I got one more.
Go ahead, finish it up.
They say, and whosoever believe on him shall not be ashamed.
That's right.
15 is the second witness to that first masterpiece. About them making an evil covenant.
However you want to do it.
16.
But those he said, as they pertaining to scriptures, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone, rock of offense. All in Romans 9 quoting prophets. Wow. All right, come on, people, you got it? Where
Isaiah 28:16.
Yeah, you want to go up there, Yahoo?
Well, I'm starting 15.
Come on.
Because ye have said, we have made. Verse 14. I'm sorry, y'all. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men, that is in rule, that rule this people which is in Jerusalem.
So he ain't talking about no Greeks. You feel me? He ain't talking about no Romans. He talking about you rulers of Israel. The ruling class, the priests, the Sanhedrin, the judges, who actually Rome had them in their pocket.
The Negro upperclassmen of today.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know.
The same niggas.
Your bootleg bootlickers.
Same niggas.
Y'all know about the Greek boulets and all them, the first black fraternity in America?
All this stuff.
It was called the boule.
We write it off as, we call it black excellence.
Yeah. He's a stand-up model citizen. Loves his country. Yeah, those type Negroes. What they say, brother?
Oh.
Crazy.
Isaiah 28, 15.
Yeah.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell, are we at agreement?
Yeah.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
Yeah.
For we have made lies our refuge.
He talking about the rulers in Jerusalem, Israel, had made lies their refuge. Man, made a covenant with death. Didn't they say crucify him? Yeah. Even those at his crucifixion, crucify him. Coming up with false charges. You understand? Doing all type of madness and wickedness, man. They made a covenant with death because they rejected him that was sent to give life. All right, what else you saying, brother?
For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Yeah.
Verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not be hated. Well, that's clearly that's Christ.
Yeah.
About there.
Yeah. Let's do a few more before we get out. I just want to show a few more spots. Let's do 1 Corinthians 10.
1 Corinthians 10.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 1 Corinthians 10.
Whoever don't believe against Christ, like
it said clearly.
and they're whoever don't believe is foundation.
They're rocking with the devil. They anti means against. Against Messiah.
Words specific.
It's all over. Now, yeah, it's in 2 John 2. Yeah. It's all over. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 10, yes, sir. Verse 1. That's to show y'all certain spots where, you know what I'm saying, that Paul actually was speaking to Israelites in a foreign mindset. Everywhere where you see Gentile don't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, but especially in the New Testament, everywhere you see Gentile don't mean another nation. Sometimes it actually, a lot of times, it actually means Israel who has lost their way. And he's like, what scripture you go to? With the Maccabees we hit with. They said they became uncircumcised. They became heathens. And you got, if any of y'all got the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, you can look at some of them words in there too. Like Hellenist, Grecian. You're going to see these were Greek-speaking Hebrews who adopted the Greek culture and the Greek tongue and the Greek gods. You feel me? Like we have today. Just like we have today. Y'all look them up in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the word Hellenist and the word Grecian. It'll blow your mind. You say, wow, that's right here. Definitions. You feel me? Israel act like heathen, but you are what you think. Don't the scripture say? We say, you are what you think. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you thinking like a heathen and moving, that's what you are. You feel me? In spirit, that's what you are. So they just was being woke back up to who they was. Yeah, something like that. The proverbial saying. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. First Corinthians, I think it's like 1 through 4 or something like that.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the same cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
So question, were any Corinthians exiting Egypt?
Negative. Big negative.
There wasn't no Corinthians exiting Egypt. He said, brethren, we all were baptized under Moses. We were under the cloud. We was in the sea. Right? He's going through the Exodus. What happened at the Exodus?
Taking it back. So
showing you Israelites living in Corinth that Paul was addressing.
It's showing you that the lineage, the blood lineage is very important. Ain't no Christian church replace these people that the Most High is talking about. And did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of the spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
The rock was Messiah. You go back into the story and you start reading. So I say, I'm going to send an angel before you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to lead you in the way. You understand? Send my salvation. Like, dang, Messiah was there the whole time. Another mystery. Right? But notice he called them brethren. He broke down the Exodus. So he was in the sea. He was baptized under Moses. So if it wasn't no Corinthians there, then who was he talking to?
Don't be ignorant. He said that straight up. Don't be ignorant.
That's the question. You start seeing certain things start jumping off the page. Like, wow, okay. Another good one too. Let's get that before we get up out of here. Is 1 Peter 1:1. 1 Peter 1:1. 1 Peter 1:1.
1 Peter 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Christ Yahushua, to the strangers, that's a dagger. To the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
So he wrote the letters of Galatians and all different, like his synagogue spread out through all these spots. You understand? Now you say, okay, it says strangers. How do we know they're Israel? You understand? How do we know that? That's an excellent question. All right, read like 2 or 3 more verses. We're gonna go down to chapter 2 because he's still talking to these same group of people. This whole book of 1 Peter is to these people. He just said, the strangers scattered. Greetings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. That's James 1:1. Now Peter gets specific on where they at, certain spots where they at. You understand? Okay. Okay, yeah. Airtight. I could read like 2 or 3 more verses, then we're gonna jump down to chapter 2, verse 7 through I think it's like 12. 12, he just dropped a bomb, like bang. Don't even,
Verse 2. Elect. According,
who? Elect. Who is the elect of God?
Specific.
That's Isaiah 45. Can you grab that for me, bro? Isaiah 44. Who is the elect of God? It's verse 4 and 5, I believe it is. God's elect. So he said he called these strangers that are scattered. Right? Scattered means you've been put somewhere by force. Scattered don't mean you just migrated somewhere and just, I'm gonna move to, I'm gonna move to Iowa. Well, you wasn't scattered to Iowa. You just voluntarily moved to Iowa. I believe it's like verse 4 and 5, I think it is. That say whoever these are, they're strangers scattered because they're strangers to the lands in which they reside. And also they fell away from the covenant. You understand? I believe it's like Isaiah 45, verse 4 and 5, right there, maybe 4 through 6. This is one of them. Start around verse 4, read through 6, my brother.
For Jacob, my servant.
Oh.
Sake in Israel, my elect.
Okay, that's all I wanted right there. You see? He just said, is elect.
Right.
Jacob, my servant, and Israel, mine elect. And when we making this stuff up, man, making this stuff up, right? So back to 1 Peter, what it say? Go get that elect again, bro.
Elect, according to the foreknowledge of God the Father,
God.
through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Christ Yahushua. Grace unto you and peace be multiplied.
Y'all hear that? Okay, so we talking to. Let's get on down to chapter 2. He's still addressing these same group of people. I don't read that whole chapter 1 when you got time. Let's go down to chapter 2, start around verse 7. Let's read down like verse 12 or something. That's the bomb finna get dropped.
First Peter 2.
Remember he called him elect.
Verse 7, it's gonna go down right
I need Uzziah. Can you grab Exodus 19 for me if you can? Verse 5, I think it's 5 and 6. Go ahead,
unto you, these elect he talking to in the first chapter. Therefore, which believe he is precious.
Yeah.
But unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
That's Isaiah we just read, chapter 28, right? Go ahead.
And a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. Oh man.
That's another level to it, man. Like you reject the truth so long, the Most High give you over to that. You feel me? You want to rebel? You have a rebellious reward. Come on, bro.
Verse 9, one of my top 3 favorite scriptures of all time. But ye are a chosen generation.
Hold on, who?
Chosen generation.
Come on.
A peculiar people.
Come on.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
So who are the peculiar people, the chosen generation, and the royal priesthood? Okay, you got Exodus 19 for me? Let's read. Peter quoted.
Go to 10 right quick. 10.
Yeah.
Which in the time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
Let's read Exodus 19. Let's identify who this is talking about.
Not some people, but those people. Exodus 19, verse 5.
I believe so, yeah.
Now, therefore, if ye obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Children of who?
Israel.
So those were Israelites scattered throughout Galatia, Bithynia, and Pontus. And you see that? When the strangers he addressed in 1 Peter 1:1 was scattered Israelites. How do we know? He just read, you are a chosen generation, a holy priesthood, a peculiar people.
Whatever you do for a living, whatever you do for a living, sheep herder, you make sword, whatever you do, you're a priest for the Most High first. That's cold.
A kingdom of priests.
That's cold.
Like man, Shalom priests.
This gospel first, everything else second.
All right, so let's finish. Read this on down to 12, that 1 Peter if you can. We're going to get about it, man.
Verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstaining from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul, having your conversations honest among the Gentiles.
Wow. So having your conversation honest among, remember, these strangers are scattered. You feel me? So he ain't talking to all Gentiles. He talking to his people that are scattered amongst them. So have your conversation honest amongst them. Wow. Go ahead.
That whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may be your good works. It may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of his visitation.
See? So, I mean, it's a lot going forth, back and forth. You getting all the precepts together. You be like, dang, that's deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was actually talking to his brothers that were scattered. His brothers that were scattered. You know what I'm saying? They had to come back into the truth. And they were considered Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere where you read Gentile, it don't mean another nation. A lot of spots actually mean Israelites who went off and started worshiping and living in mindset like they was another nation. So, but those brothers started believing, and the Pharisees and them wasn't believing. So Paul, like, look, they more accepted than y'all. They believe. Y'all chasing righteousness, but it'll never catch you because y'all don't believe. You understand? And that's what we're going through at the end of that Romans 9. The Genesis 15, we're going to read. Let's close out. Genesis 15, 1-6. We got to close the Psalm. Psalm you want to do?
62.
Psalm 62. What it is? Psalm 62. Jerusalem is that way, so we're going to face Jerusalem when we pray out. All praise to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hallelujah.
All praise to Yahweh and Yahushua.
Yahushua. Bahashim Yahushua. Well, you like that, right?
I like that, right? Bahashim
Yahushua. Yeah.
Man, I already been thinking about letting Maccabee put that together. You feel me? You know what I mean?
You know, it's all good.
That boy been improving his, you know what I'm saying? Entertainment skills.
It's all good, man.
We need that, man. We need that.
Yahushua.
I mean, cause a lot of folks like my rib, she don't even listen to no corner music. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I listen to it, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I know not to be quoting the wickedness, but her mind is focused. She get in the car and put None of that. None of that. You feel me? So we be needing that good music constantly. So, and then the scriptures say that you make a joyful noise to the Lord.
Make a new noise, make a loud noise.
That's right, baby. That's right. That's right. All praise.
All praise.
Sandwiches, some sandwiches over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody scared, you know. I ain't scared now, you know. Hebrew take some of them home.
I'm that take home, brother.
Yeah, you take that home. You ain't got to worry about it.
Man, do you think about eating when you walk, when you got your sword out?
We all eat spirit.
We eating good right now.
Hey, when the spirit go down, boy, we gonna be hungry in the mud.
And when you get the Passover, when y'all right side, I see all y'all in Passover. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to prepare early, you know what I'm saying? We got to do this because we don't want to be late. But I hope to see all y'all at Passover. Man, brother, y'all
gotta come on. Y'all gotta come down with Passover.
Man, come down with Passover. Beautiful situation. But I said,
like 500 Hebrews and they did. Babies running around. Shalom!
All the kids, right? All the kids. Man.
It'd be beautiful.
All smiles all day. All day. So I said all that to say this, like, you'll see, you know what I'm saying, who's looking for spiritual food and who's looking for, let me just get something to eat. But then the scriptures say the Most High puts a script in there to let you know, bro, I'm going to separate this so you know, don't do this in this. Don't go looking for no free meal, just a good time. This ain't that, and if I catch you doing that, man, that's almost your life problems. You got problems. So this is how serious this is to eat spiritually. You feel me? And just use that as symbolic for this. You feel me? Because they say a man cannot survive off the water after 3 days, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Fasted whole week. You go hard, like, yeah, whatever. Well, you mess around, slip into a trance or something. Well, out of body experience. Like, whoa,
all understanding be poured up on your head, like Ezra, boy. Whoa. You don't do nothing. All you eat is just like grain. You be a vegetarian. Be a vegetarian for a minute. And I'll feed you some spiritual knowledge. All you ate was herbs, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had to eat on some herbs at the field. Went out there and eat you some herbs for 3 weeks. Don't eat nothing else. Don't drink no water. Don't drink no wine. Eat you some herbs. Yeah, I'll come holler at you. Other brothers went hard. Nothing.
Yeah, the folks today, they call it, say you hallucinate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ate, you ain't drank or nothing like this. So your mind going into shock and all these kind of places. You know what I'm saying? But you in a spiritual place before your body getting afflicted, man.
Combine.
Can't let them marginalize what the Lord gonna show you. With their medical terms.
It's all because you gotta understand miracles happen in the past, they are happening every day. So if miracles are happening every day, you don't think the Yahweh, you feel me, and Yehoshua ain't gonna do a miracle for you? And you a servant for him? Oh man, come on. Now we playing games around. We ain't tapped in. Man, we don't know our power. Man, we don't know our power.
I expect them.
Come on,
I expect to see
come on with this, man.
Drop these, my father
that boy Maccabee said, I'm teaching my son to move that by move with your mind. Little Joker, move it with your mind.
I told him, next time I see you little jokers, y'all better be flying around here. Y'all want to be superheroes? Yes! Y'all better be flying next time I see you little jokers.
Anything's possible.
Okay, Daddy. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Hey, I don't want to hear can't. The word can't be used, Miles. It's not allowed. Can't. I don't even allow that. There ain't no such thing. Y'all sons of the living power. That's right. Y'all know what y'all was doing back in the day. Like, so I gotta raise them up, train them. Yeah, let them know ain't nothing impossible. Whatever you want to do, Daddy on the flag, you shall. This is crazy. I'm just saying, like, hey, I don't even want him to have limitations. Like, it can't happen.
You got little jokers pushing trees and pass over like,
Daddy, you said I could walk through the wall. I'm trying. Keep trying, little joker. You get it. Right. Don't even worry about it.
Determination endless.
first year, I ain't finished.
Like, these niggas
I ain't
tripping.
playing flex. Like this year, I prepared myself for it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I can go wrong.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, it was like my stomach was like shut off. Like, but I was good. I was like, I feel like
Using the spirit.
Yeah.
Using the spirit.
I'm like, bro, I'm straight full though. Cause I was straight soaking up knowledge.
You see you bruising that night. I was talking, I got cotton mouth.
Yeah.
My stomach hurt. We got 3 more hours left, y'all.
3 more
Hold
hours
on.
left. He be all right, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? As you keep rolling, but you jump in that script. You ain't nothing all day. You be belching. Yeah, I'm not belching. I ain't eating nothing. Feel me? You eating spiritually. It's supernatural. You know what I'm saying? You get that, you take your mind off the hunger pains. They go away. When it's over, everybody rushing to order McDonald's. Order some pizza or something. Like, I'm like you. I could have kept going, actually. You know what I'm saying?
I did, but
Yeah, I keep going. Like, let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? How bad you want to tap in? That's all it come down to, man. If you really want to tap in, you start afflicting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Denying your flesh. You feel me? We were made like angels. The angels ain't tripping off the big steakhouse.
They say Enoch say when he first got his duties from the Most High, say first he had just started disappearing like once a week.
Yeah.
By the time he got where he needed to be, he was only popping up once a year, giving that knowledge back.
Yeah.
He was gone the other 360 something. Gone, doing his thing, tapping in.
That's what I'm trying to be like. You feel me on that level? Yeah, you got to do that. You got to deny flesh. Deny it.
hey, y'all see that movie? It's called The Dark Tower.
Yeah, that's my movie, bro.
Yeah.
That's my movie.
Yeah, I was talking about the guns.
The gunslinger.
Man, was that you over there talking about that? Was that Ruben?
I don't know.
Somebody,
that's my
movie.
movie.
It was a day ago, bro.
That's
Somebody was
the
talking about
movie,
that same movie.
The gunslinger and then the sorcerer, Matthew McConaughey, the little sorcerer. He played the devil for real. The Dark Tower. Yeah, stop breathing. Do it. You know, he fell out, had a heart attack or whatever. Like, y'all kill each other. They jumped up.
Jumping through portals.
Yeah, dude actually said the movie.
It's on fire. I've been seeing it so many times.
But I passed it up though.
Hey, me too, all the time because of the way it looks.
That deal is hard.
I'm about to go lurking for that.
They going through portals and all type of stuff. What?
I just started watching The Handmaiden today. The Handmaiden, bro, they trying to make polygamy look bad.
And then y'all seen Geostorm?
That's when I see this.
Bro, y'all missing out some movies.
First time I'm going to watch it, the show.
That Geostorm.
I go watch it today. That's where you went to go leave.
They didn't turn them satellites into weapons.
Yeah,
you feel me? They did it to stop the wrath of the Most High with all these different storms the Most High was bringing. So they put 1,000 satellites up or whatever. So when storms hit, shooting like these little rockets down into the storm to get them to stop. You know what I'm saying? On some hard type stuff. But they ain't tripping that somebody in the United States government like, bump all that. We gonna use this as a weapon to annihilate our enemies. So then there's all type of stuff start breaking out worldwide, floods, calling the Gateway Arch, all type of stuff. Like, man, how is this happening? Like, how is this malfunctioning? So they had to trace it all the way down. It was like, dang. Geostorm, fire, the dude that played in Law Abiding Citizen. The little white boy, yeah.
Check out Automa, too, with Antonio Banderas about that intelligent consciousness where they got this little computer chip they put in the back of these robots called a God chip. You know what I mean? And it's basically they trying to create them, but they thinking about themselves. And all
Sophia, the new robot Sophia that just got citizenship in Saudi Arabia.
That's creepy.
What's that movie?
Automa, like Automa, like automatic, but Automa.
Yeah,
Antonio Banderas, the dude from Desperado.
Yeah, Desperado. It's a robot now that got citizenship. It's a robot right now named Sophia that got citizenship in Saudi Arabia. You feel me? And she got on a certain level, she got consciousness, bro. Like, now they asking her questions and she's responding back.
Like Siri.
Yeah.
Wow. Sarcastic, joking.
Yeah, like, I'm going to have to annihilate the human race.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Sophia. Like, oh, serious. Like, she dead. Serious. like when you watch movies like Iron Man or the Age of Ultron. Remember that computer gained its own consciousness, Ultron.
Yeah.
You feel me? And we're going around the world trying to annihilate the world. Like, man, what is iRobot? You know what I'm saying? The Terminator, Judgment Day. Last Terminator came out was called Genesis. You know what I'm saying? It's called Genesis.
Your robot had her own mind.
Yeah, that's where it's going. Like how much smarter can the smartphones get, bro? Like, come on now. Eventually, they trying to sync the image of the Most High with the image of the beast. Make you an android.
And they know that the human and they know that people we are the problem. We are the parasite. They know that something is going to try to rise up and take us out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they try to paint a picture like it's going to be something that we created.
Yeah. They're going to put a SIM card and an SD card in your brain. That's like these little phones. Put a SIM card and an SD card in.
Yeah, like all these movies in Hollywood, they be saying that they be wicked as hell. They'll tell you they wicked as a mug, but at the same time they continue on with it.
Yeah, and they'll
tell you like, yeah, we wicked.
Yeah, but we gonna keep doing because they trying to get eternal life without dealing with the Most High.
It's a movie where you earn that time.
Yeah.
It's a movie where you straight earn your time.
You had to earn your time.
Yeah. You get paid.
Yeah. You talking about with Justin Bieber?
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Out of time is what it's called.
Out of time. Yeah, I remember that. Look, let's finish Genesis 15, 1 through 6. Let's go ahead and close out. We got to close out with Psalm 62. I want to thank all praise to the Most High for y'all family allowing us to come here and break bread. Blessings to y'all household. Definitely, y'all.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 1.
Yeah.
After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, "Fear not, Abram.
Yeah.
I am thy shield."
I am thy what?
I am thy shield. Not a star.
Not the hexagram you see these Negroes wearing, calling it the shield of David. The shield of David was the same shield of Abraham, is the Most High.
The Most High power.
So you can't call the hexagram the Most High. That would be considered idolatry. How you gonna call two triangles the Most High? Don't make sense. You understand? You are my shield. They call it Magan Dawid or Dawata, or Magan is shield. All throughout the Psalms, when David say, "You my shield," the word there is Magan. He's talking to Yah. All right, come on, Hebrew.
I am thy shield.
That's right.
And thy exceeding great reward.
That's right.
And Abram said, "Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus?" And Abram said, "Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth from thine own bowels shall be thine heir."
Abraham old in the mug now. He's old. You dig? Now this is major because after a certain age, society tells you can't produce no more children. It's a miracle. An old man don't got one child. He about 75, 80 years old right now when we read this. Everybody would have gave up hope. Stop. Gave up hope. Come on, Hebrew.
And he brought him forth abroad and said, "Look now toward heaven and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them." And he said unto me, "So shall thy seed be."
Those seeds shall be as numerous as them stars. When you look up there, you should catch chills and say, "Wow, those are the same stars Abraham looked at. And I'm here today." We here today. We scattered to the four corners of the earth, numerous. The Most High made his promise. The Most High made good on that promise. Most High made good on that promise. Like, that's the same sky Abraham was looking at. You go out there tonight on your way home, look at them stars and say, "Wow, stars Abraham was looking at." There ain't no new stars up there. Same stars. Since Genesis 1. Same exact stars. The Most High promised him as an old man, his seed will be as numerous as these stars. And we here today. Everybody should catch chills behind that. Like, whoa. So if he promised that and he came through with it, what make you think whatever else he promised he ain't gonna do? That's really cool.
And he believed in the Lord.
Yeah.
And he counted it to him for righteousness.
See, because he believed, backing up with your head read in Romans 9 about the Israelites that were considered Gentiles that believed, and it was counted to them for righteousness. But the Israelites that didn't believe was chasing righteousness, but they won't catch it because they don't believe. Like Abraham believed the promise. That's what it is. That's the truth. So yeah, of course, there's portions of the Old Testament that these non-messianics are ducking. They don't want to deal with, you know. But hey, all praise to the Most High. All praise is due. We're gonna pray out with Psalm 62. All praise to the Most High, His only begotten Son. Shabbat shalom to the online assembly. May Most High bless you all in y'all endeavors. Y'all stay safe, prayed up, meditated up. Shout out to our brothers, our Octone, our Victor, who drove all the way from the DMV, DC area. You did. They'll be in class with us some more. Y'all willing? You did. We're gonna get her done. Hopefully, we go ahead and get that grill together too. You know what I'm saying? Put some lawful meats on that grill, you know. Yeah.
You think that's great?
No, you know it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So all praise to the Most High. May the Most High be with y'all. Peace and prosperity. You understand? And live like you're in the kingdom, man. Righteous thoughts, righteous vibration, righteous life. Breathe life, eat life, live life. Shalom.